Welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday night matchup between the three-time defending AFC champion, the 0-2 Kansas City Chiefs, going up against the 0-2 New York Giants, man. So, obviously, we're not looking at two powerhouses that are undefeated, that are gonna, blah, blah, blah. No. These are two teams that are struggling early in the season, man. 0-2, and we're trying to see, are the Kansas City Chiefs, is this who they are? Did they finally just fall off the cliff? Is the dynasty already over? Probably not. But are they just having a down year? Is this a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover after a loss? Or is this going to be something that they're going to be able to snap out of and get a big win starting tonight against a team that has been able to put up points as of last week, but are still massively, massively inconsistent. Even after scoring nearly 40 points, the Giants were still not able to get a win last week. But they go up against a team, Kansas City is going up against a team that is looking to try to give their fan base something to root for the first time in a long time, man. David Stegosaurus. I know, man. I know. But can Kansas City get right, man? And from the looks of it, I think this is going to be the game for it. The way that they're built is to be able to beat a team like this. And we'll talk about the Giants here in just a second. But Patrick Mahomes, he's starting to get a little bit more chemistry with his receivers. Obviously Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, both of those guys have been out for most of the season, if not all of the season thus far. Travis Kelce is slowly kind of coming back into form. And then on top of that, you also have younger guys like Thornton who are making plays, who are giving Mahomes a chance to really build trust with the weapons that he has around him. The running game really hasn't gotten going for Kansas City, but once again, it's a team that is always methodically finding ways to get first downs, able to get the ball down the field. And that is going to be something that the Giants are not well equipped to deal with. You saw last week, sometimes their best is when the other team is getting the ball, either scoring very quickly or having to give the ball back to the Giants as quickly as possible. The Giants are not built to be able to just sit back there on the sidelines and then just come back and then have a great game or have a great drive. They need to be on the field. They need to build chemistry, and the Kansas City Chiefs are a great offense to keep the other side off the field. And then on top of that, you have a very good front seven for Kansas City. Their secondary definitely needs to get better, definitely needs some work, whether that's schematically or they just need to find the right players at the right position. But regardless, that front seven for Kansas City is still very darn good. They had a rough week one, but then in week two, man, they came alive and were looking like a team that has been the kings of the AFC for the last 3 years. You should call them the New Jersey Giants until they win. I don't want to step on Tom's stuff, all right? I know Tom was usually calling them the New Jersey Giants. I don't want to steal Tom's things. But yeah, it's Rutherford, New Jersey. That's where they play. Come on. But yeah. But the Giants on the other side, their offense finally did something. Finally was able to put up points and yards last week against unfortunately, not a very good Dallas defense. So we will see what they can do against a marginally better defense. Kansas City, we can't call them elite just yet, but they are a darn good defense. And like I said, Russell Wilson had all day to throw last week, and he was able to throw for nearly 500 yards. This team put up a bunch of points, nearly 40 points. But can they do that against a team like Kansas City, whose defense, even just Chris Jones, is a difference maker, let alone all the other guys like Karlaftis, Bolton? They're not going to give you all day to throw. They are eventually going to get to you because Steve Spagnuolo is unwilling to compromise on his pressure, man. He's going to find ways to force the quarterback to get rid of the ball quicker and quicker every single time. He is not going to let you sit back there. So, can the Giants deal with that pressure and still put up as many yards and points as they did last week? We will find out. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys, here. All right. There we go. All right. So, and then talking about the defense for the Giants, clearly not great, not amazing, but we will see if that front seven, who has talented players, can do something against Patrick Mahomes and this offensive line that has been susceptible to pressure. All right, the Giants will get the ball here to the 20-25 and gonna have some decent field position for the Giants here, man. Let's go. All right. We got 1st and 10. Sorry about that, guys. Man, what's going on? Russell Wilson in the shotgun, running back behind him there. Receiver in motion, takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and that'll be good for about a yard. And that's about it. All right, 2nd and 9. A lot of going on in the backfield there. Running back behind Russell Wilson, 2 guys on each side of him. Another handoff. This one up the middle to the 35, and we'll pick up a 1st down for the Giants, man. That is Tracy with a phenomenal run. There we go, man. And that's what you're gonna need to do against this defense, man. Be balanced. Attack the run, attack on the run, and then get the pass going. Russell Wilson, here he comes. Pressure underneath. Gets it out to Tracy, who will pick up about 4 yards down to the 46. All right, we got 2nd and 6 from the 46. Russell in the shotgun, running back to his left. Gets another handoff. Tracy across the 50, gets the 1st down, gain of 7. There we go, man. The running game is looking strong for the Giants early in this game. Yeah, Tracy, a 5th-round draft pick out of Purdue. He spent time at Iowa for a little bit there, too. Hand off to Tracy, this one to the left, and he is met basically right at the line. I think it's going to be a gain of 1. David, you got to hold in your dinner, my dude. Hello, back to some ball. There we go. Welcome, Dahlia. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Dakota Martin, what's up? I'm new here. What's your favorite team? Hey, what's going on, Dakota? I'm doing pretty well, my dude. Hope you're doing well. I'm a Packer fan, my dude. I'm a big, big Packer fan. What about you, man? What's your team? What's your team? Handoff up the middle. This one to the rookie who spins out of a tackle, goes across the 40, and will pick up a first down for the G-Men. Holy cow, man. And that was Cam Skedabo. Once again, got hit basically right away, spun out of it, and able to find room to the left side of the field and get a first down for the Giants. But yeah, Dakota, welcome, my dude. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. All right. We got two receivers on the right side. Russell in the shotgun with a running back behind him. Skedabo with another carry, and he will be dropped for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12 coming up. I've been a Bears fan for 25 years. I know disappointment. Very true, my dude. I'll try to refrain from the trash talk just a little bit, just because one, my Packers sucked today, so I don't have much of a legs to stand on. And on top of that, Chicago, man, they looked amazing today. Offensively, man, they looked really, really darn good. 2nd and 11, Russell in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right side, running back to his left. Looking underneath, and Skedaboo, the rookie, man, getting some carries and some catches here early on. We'll pick up about 3, setting up a 3rd and long for the Giants. Yeah, man, what'd you think about Chicago's game, man? Do you think that's something they can continue to do, or are you kind of apprehensive? Let me know. All right, Russell Wilson in the shotgun again. Similar formation, 4 receiver set. Hands it off to Tracy, and he'll get across the 30 down to the 28. All right, so the Giants are just satisfied with a potential field goal here. Interesting. Seastra! Good morning, sir. How's everybody doing tonight, man? What's give me some predictions in the chat. Give me some predictions. Oh man, the Giants are going for it. 4th and 3. Russell looking, throws it, and the ball is batted at the line. And the Giants give up a possible 3-point lead here early in the game to try to go for it, and it backfires terribly. Like literally, the ball backfired into Russell Wilson's face. Congrats to your Bears. Thanks for kicking my Cowboys in the nads. Not your fault mostly. I blame the Cowboys. Yeah. 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 I feel you, man. I feel you. It's tough to be mad at like any Browns fans or even the Browns. I feel like the Packers just shot themselves in the foot, man. 14 penalties. 14. Can't do that, man. Cannot do that. David Stegosaurus, we always have to blame Canada. What did they do? We don't know, but we're sure they're part of it. We're sure they're part of the problem, man. Those darn Canadians. For context, Dakota, I'm not a coach. Is a Packer fan. David is a fan of the Eagles, and I'm a Cowboys fan. Holy cow. That's hilarious. And we were waiting for a response from David. I will give you the mic, sir. It looks like a remote, but it's a mic. But yeah, man. Sorry, autocorrect. That should have been the Chiefs. I love it. I love it. But if you're just joining us, man, we're on a commercial break, so no worries there. But if you are just joining us, if you're new here, please leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. So our goal, we're getting close, man. We're slowly getting there. We try to do as many games as we can on the channel, man. We do every primetime game, every Packer game. We try to do it all, man. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know by liking this video and subscribing, man. Thank you. All right. 1st and 10. Ball at the 28 here. Let me move the ball here a little bit. Mahomes, play action, rolling to his left, stays on his feet, and will run and pick up about 2, maybe 3 on the QB scramble. Yeah, I'm not sure what the Giants were thinking, man. Like take the points. Take the points. You're going up against the Chiefs. You're going to need as many points as you possibly can. Play action. Mahomes looking, dumps it underneath, and will get about another 3 to 4 yards. That is Isaiah Pacheco on the little swing pass to the left sideline. All right, we got 3rd and 3, Kansas City in the shotgun. 2 receivers on that right side. Mahomes with a running back to his left. Quick throw, and we'll get it to, I believe that is Juju with a 1st down. A nice little slant route from that left side. And Seastrom, but hey, at least college football was interesting. Aggies went up the AP ranking somehow. Actually, don't get to UT. Hey, there we go. Aggies climbing the board. Let's go. 1st and 10, 2 receivers to the right side. Mahomes in the shotgun. Gets the handoff. This one to Kareem Hunt, who's going to move that pile for a gain of about 3, maybe 4. There we go. Hey, we got 6 people watching. Let's go, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. So, 2nd and 7, Mahomes in the shotgun. Looking over the middle. Finds, I believe that is his tight end, Noah Gray, with a big catch and run for a 1st down. But there is a flag. And I think this is going to be on Kansas. Yeah, there you go. Holding on Kansas City, so wipe that 1st down catch away. And that is on the rookie left tackle, Simmons. Working on one of the toughest defenders in the game in Brian Burns. Also, I knew they won, but I didn't know Vandy scored 70 points on Georgia State. Oof. Woo. That's ugly, man. 2nd and 17, Mahomes alone in the shotgun. Dumps it underneath to Schuster. He's to the 40, to the 45, stays on his feet, breaks another tackle across the 50, and will pick up just enough for the 1st down. Mahomes with a no-look pass to Juju. Yep. Ooh. There you go. Juju almost dropped that one. All right, we got first and 10, ball at the 47 of New York. Mahomes in the shotgun, receiver in motion, takes the snap, looking, throws deep down the right sideline, and it'll be incomplete. I believe that was Thornton he was trying to get it to, but no catch. Could not keep those feet in bounds. All right, we got Mahomes. Throws it to the left side very quickly there, and it'll be a good pickup of about 8. Hollywood Brown, man, picking up some decent yardage down that left sideline. All right, we got Mahomes in the shotgun, running back to his left. Hands it up, and it'll be a first down run for Kareem Hunt, man. Just put his head down, get the first down, and this drive keeps going for Kansas City. Woo, we got 10 people watching, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We do every possible game that we can on the channel, man. Primetime games, Packer games, does not matter, man. So if you're wanting to keep on that, man, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Mahomes in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, looking, dumps it underneath, and Travis Kelce and him not on the same page. And that'll be 2nd and 10. Yeah, I think you're starting to see little bit by little bit. Again, it could change, but I think you're seeing Noah Gray start to kind of take over the number 1 tight end spot. Obviously, it's still Kelce's. Nothing's going to change just quite yet, but I think we're starting to see the transition of the tight end position in Kansas City. 2 receivers to the right. Mahomes looking, avoids pressure, throws to the left, and it'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to Kelce down the left sideline, but the coverage was phenomenal. Let's go. Yeah, that was just ball just did not even get to Kelce, man. He would have literally had to phase through the defender to even have a chance at it. All right, we got 3rd and 10, condensed formation for the Chiefs here. Mahomes in the shotgun. And it's going to be a timeout for the Giants. Stop the clock at 3:54 in the first here, so Dable not liking what he was seeing. Is a big play right here. 3rd and 10. Kansas City is in field goal range. Buckner has the leg to kick it from here. So I think Dable just wants to make sure that, hey, defense, make sure that they're all on the same page, try to force Kansas City to settle for a field goal here. All right, we got Mahomes in the shotgun. 3 receivers on that right side. Running back to his right as well. Mahomes takes the snap, looking. Throws to the right and incomplete. Trying to get it to Hollywood Brown, but no good. Brown was looking for a flag, but, I mean, it hit him right in the hands. Or I should say it hit him in the hand. Yeah, no, that was a good no call. Phillips was kind of grabbing him, but he was also grabbing Phillips with one hand. So, yeah. All right. Butker in for this 50-yard field goal. They try to give Kansas City the first points of the game. Kick is up. And no! Oh, it goes in. Oh my God, it hit the right upright and goes in. Woo, that was sweaty. That was a sweaty, sweaty kick there. That's literally as close as you can get to a miss, man. Holy cow, man. 12 viewers, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We try to do every possible game that we can, man. Every primetime game, every Packer game. Let's go, man. So if you want to be a part of that, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But regardless, I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you. All right, man. So first drive for each team. So Kansas City, they're trying to get that passing game going, man. The first two games, they really weren't able to get much down the field. They started to get something in the Chargers game in the second half, really starting to throw the ball down the field. But last week, man, they just felt a little tight. They didn't want to push the ball down the field as much. In this one, I think Mahomes knows that he has to get the passing game going, especially if they want to really open up things for the running game that has been lackluster, to say the least, for Kansas City. Their defense, the front seven, right now their pass rush looks solid, but unfortunately the Giants were able to run the ball fairly well during that first offensive drive for New York. Whether that will continue, we'll see, but so far it was a good performance for that Giants offense. Just the mistake was trying to go for it on 4th and 3 when you could have easily just kicked a 45 to 47-yard field goal. Yeah, sometimes you just got to take the points, man. Especially against Kansas City, you just need points. Points, because at the end of the day, you know that this Kansas City team, eventually they're going to find a rhythm. They're going to score points late. So you want to build up as many points as you can early when they're maybe still trying to figure you out. So, I don't know. I get what the Giants are trying to do. I get what Dable's trying to do. He's trying to give his offense some confidence. He's trying to take some risks early in the game. But I don't know, man. When you're going up against a team this talented, even though they're 0-2, this is a team that has made it to 3 consecutive Super Bowls, man. They still have Patrick Mahomes. They still have Travis Kelce. They still have Chris Jones. That defense, for the most part, is still intact. You got to take the points early. And then towards the end, man, if you're down, whatever, yeah, take the risk. But early on, take the points, man. New York with the ball. They'll get it to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and down around the 36. That is Singleton. Oh, sorry, actually, Devin Singletary, the former Buffalo Bill. A nice little return. David, is it time for a pick six? Might be, man. Maybe. We've had a lot of defensive scores, a lot of special team scores this week. Also, a lot of blocked kicks. Russell with a quick throw to the left, and we'll find Slayton on the slant route, and we'll pick up close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. And they're saying he picked up 9, so 2nd and 1 coming up for the Giants. Yeah, dude, Darius Slayton, man, he's been with the team forever. Yeah, 5th-round pick back in 2019. All right, let's see here. We got 2nd and inches. 2 receivers to the right. Russell takes the snap, hands it off to Tracy, who will just pick up the first down and a little bit more. Great job. Who was driven down to the ground there. Whew. All right, we got 1st and 10 for the Giants here. Russell Wilson. So far, man, the guy has looked pretty solid. The last week he looked good. He did throw that bad interception at the end of the game, or towards the end of the game, but we'll see what he can do here. 1st and 10. Russell in the shotgun, single receiver to the left. Hands it off to the running back on the left side there, trying to pick his way up the middle, and will be good for about 2, maybe 3 against this pretty talented front 7 for Kansas City. All right, and if you're just joining us, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We try to do every possible game that we can on the channel, man. Every primetime game, every Packer game. If it's football, man, we got it. 2nd and 8, Russell Wilson looking, dumps it underneath to Tracy to the left side and lowers a shoulder, but absolutely gets blown up on the left side there. He's down on the ground. He's down on the sidelines. He was pointing to his right shoulder there. Dang, dude, you'd never want to see that. He is on the Kansas City sideline, but luckily the trainer for Kansas City got there as soon as possible and is checking on Tracy. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break here while they look at Tyrone Tracy. All right, while we're waiting here, let's look around the league. Let's look at what happened today, man, especially. Holy cow. So, obviously, Minnesota, they were coming in with their backup, Carson Wentz, going up against the Bengals, who were also with their backup in Jake Browning. Both starting quarterbacks for each team got hurt last week. Obviously, Joe Burrow. The news on him was severe turf toe, sorry. And unfortunately, he got surgery, so that means he's going to be out a minimum of 3 to 4 months. Basically, the earliest we're going to see Joe is going to be late November to potentially somewhere in December, if they are even in playoff contention at that time. But Minnesota coming in and just absolutely lighting up the Bengals defense. 48-10, a big win for Minnesota. That moves them to 2-1, tied at the top of the NFC North with the Packers. All right, next we have the Jacksonville Jaguars getting a big win in the division, 17-10 over the Houston Texans. We have the Colts just continuing an impressive start to the year, man. If you would have told me the Colts would be 3-0, I would have been like, so did they trade for Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts? What's going on here? But no, man, another dominant performance against a team that they should probably beat in the Tennessee Titans, but 41-20, Colts on top. Commanders with a very efficient performance against the Raiders, 41-24, and the Eagles coming back from 26-7. I think they were down that much in the fourth quarter, and they came back to win 33-26 against the LA Rams. Crazy. And then, unfortunately, the Falcons getting shut out by the Panthers 30-0. Just an absolute dominant performance by the Panthers. And for the Falcons, man, you got to wonder what the heck happened. Like nothing? Not even a field goal? What? And then Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers got a big victory over Drake May and the Patriots, 21-14. Huge win. And, of course, my Packers losing 10-13 to the Browns. All right, looks like we're back here. 3rd and 5. We'll finish up the breakdown later. Oh, it's going to be a screen pass to Skedaboo, and he's going to be taken down for a loss of 1. Skedaboo was looking for a flag on a face mask, but didn't get it. So we will see what happens here. Oh, yeah. Yep, Bolton definitely got his hand up on the face mask. Whether it was there long enough or quick enough to avoid the penalty, that's what it's going to be. All right, 4th and 6, ball at the 47 of Kansas City. Once again, the Giants are going for it on fourth down. And this time it is a fake. They're just going to take the delay of penalty. There you go. David, you know what they say about the Falcons? Same thing the Falcons did. Nothing. Oof. Oof. Ruthless. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a straight up face mask by Bolton. He got away with one. Dable is literally yelling. He's like, it's unbelievable. Like, what the heck? No call on 3rd and 6. All right, we're still waiting for our first touchdown of the game. Once we get our first touchdown of a primetime game, that's when we turn on the lights, man. Because in primetime, you got to earn the lights. All right? So, hopefully Kansas City can get a touchdown here, man. But, oh my goodness. Dable is hot, man. Better be careful, man. He might get a flag for his team. Woo! We got 14 people watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. So please leave a like on the video and subscribe. We try to do every possible game that we can on the channel, man. We do primetime games. We do Packer games. We do it all, man. We try to do it as much as we can. We're going to have some other stuff throughout the season as well. So if you are looking forward to that or interested in that, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. Thank you so much. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 19 for Kansas City here. Handoff up the middle. Kareem Hunt will pick up about 3 yards down to the 22. All right, man, that's going to be the end of the first quarter here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Kansas City on top, 3-0. I feel like that's been a common score today, 3-0, especially after the first quarter. All right, let's continue on with what happened throughout the day. So we just talked about the Packers losing impeccably against the Browns. Once again, playing down to competition, a little bit of a trap game. The offense for the Packers just was rough all game long, finished with 14 penalties. And a good chunk of that was from the offensive line that was dealing with some injuries. But regardless, man, you got to be ready to play. You cannot hurt yourself in that way. Penalties, it's one thing if, you know, the other team is just scoring along with you, some mistakes here and there, it's another thing. But when you're beating yourself up with penalties, terrible, terrible, terrible. So, unfortunately, my Green Bay Packers not getting a big win to go to 3-0. They fall to 2-1. All right, let's move on to the Jets and Buccaneers, man. Holy cow, that was a game that, for the most part, the Buccaneers, they looked like they were just going to run it away with it. And then the Jets slowly clawed back into that game. So much so that they actually had the lead with, I think, less than 2 minutes left in the game. It was a blocked kick that they were able to return for a touchdown. But in true Jets fashion, despite being being one of many teams with a blocked punt or a defensive touchdown, they still somehow found a way to lose. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to kick a game-winning field goal to win 29-27 over the New York Jets. So tough one. Then we had the Broncos and Chargers. That was a close game throughout. The Chargers had a decent lead early in that game, but then it became a little bit tighter as the game went on. The Broncos offense really started to get moving. But the Chargers are going to be moving on to 3-0 after getting a 23-20 victory over the Denver Broncos. And then a game that was never close to begin with, Seattle winning 44-13 over the Saints. All right, we're back here. 2nd and 7. Mahomes in the shotgun, receiver in motion. Pressure, gets it behind on the screen. Kareem Hunt able to spin his way for a first down near the 30. Tony Brown, what's up, dude? Welcome. It's time to let the little homie play. Sierra dancing isn't playing. Let's play some football. Who with me? There we go. Yeah, man. It's always tough, man, because Russell Wilson is clearly a talented guy. Still has a little bit left in the tank, but I don't know, man. It might be time to put in Dart. I think it would be exciting. I think the fan base would like it. Play action. Mahomes looking, pressured, and he's just going to throw it away to Isaiah Pacheco, but it'll be incomplete. So we got 2nd and 10 coming up. But yeah, Tony, if you're talking about putting in Dart, like I said, man, I don't think the Giants fans would be mad about it. I think even if you were losing with Dart, I think they would be okay with it as long as they saw progression in his development over time, obviously. I think the Giants are trying to be patient with him because I don't think they want to throw him out to the Wolves this early. I think they're trying to let him kind of marinate for at least a month or two. And then I think, especially in the second half of the season, I think there's going to be a really good chance that they put in Dart regardless of how Russell is necessarily playing. Unless the Giants are like in playoff contention and they're looking like they're going to be challenging for the division, which I don't think they will. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we'll see Dart tonight, but I think there's going to be a time sooner rather than later that we're going to see the young man take some snaps and probably play some significant downs for the Giants. All right. So they're reviewing the play here. They're trying to see if it was intentional grounding. Something tells me they're going to give the Kansas City Chiefs the benefit of the doubt, but we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, man. But if you guys are watching, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. Hit up the chat as well. We got some great people in the chat, man. We got David, Seastrom, Dahlia, man. We got the regulars in here as well. So, yeah, let us know who you're rooting for. Do you have a stake in any of these teams? Who's your team? Who do you think is going to be the last undefeated team in the NFL, man? Obviously, not Green Bay, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll be there at the end. David, the best time for intentional grounding is during a lightning storm. The man with the best puns in the chat. David, with another one, man. Let's go. Intentional grounding, man. Always good. Always good to ground, too, when you're trying to jump a car. All right? Got to ground that. All right? Make sure. Got to be careful. And once again, we're still waiting on the first touchdown of this game to turn on the lights. See what it is. Call is reversed on the field. All right, man. So it's going to move the ball back here. 2nd and 18 for The Kansas City Chiefs ball back at the 24. Mahomes alone in the shotgun, 3 receivers to that right side. Giants have 5 guys on the line. They send 4. Mahomes looking, and will find somebody down the field, and that is Noah Gray with a great catch. But there is a flag, and it looks like it's going to be on the Giants, man. At least that's what Mahomes was pointing to, so we'll see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Noah Gray was basically bear hugged coming out of his route. That was number 22 with the penalty. That's Andrew Phillips, former 3rd-round pick out of Kentucky. Big mistake on that one. That gives Kansas City an automatic first down, man. All right, ball at the 29. Fakes the handoff, goes to the right side. A nice little end around for Remingo, who will get it down near the 40. Picks up about 8 or 9 yards on the carry. Chiefs pacing off. Hey, I wish the Packers would have done that today. Guess the Venmo didn't go through. All right, we got 1st and 10. Sorry, it was actually a gain of 11 on that previous run. Mahomes looking, somehow does not get taken down in the backfield. Finds a receiver down the field, and that is a first down. And in Giants territory is Juju Smith-Schuster, man. How Mahomes was not tackled in the pocket is insane to me. I feel like there was at least 2 defenders that had a clear shot at him. Yeah, just finding Juju wide open in the middle of the field. Hot dang. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 33. Kansas City moving the ball down the field once again. Mahomes takes a snap, looking, rolls out to his right, gets out of the pocket, and is going to pick up about 1 yard on the run. I think Mahomes is looking for a flag. All right, play action. Mahomes trying to find somebody, and he does, but it's going to go for a loss here. Noah Gray catching the ball in the backfield and immediately being tackled. Yeah, the Giants were able to sniff out that tight end screen right away. Heck of a job by number 27, Newbin. Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of Kayvon Thibodeau yet, but he's coming. 3rd and 12, ball at the 35. Mahomes looking, rolling, steps up in the pocket to the 30, 25, and will get a first down. But there is a flag in the backfield, so we will see what that is. And based off Mahomes' disappointment, it's going to be on Kansas City. Probably a holding penalty here. Oh, no. False start. And that's on Jawan Taylor, who is no stranger to a false start. Or at the very least, illegal formation. I think that's what it was. He's had a history. This is going back now, what, like a year and plus? Where he has to be lined up, his head has to be at least lined up to the waist of the center, and he has not been doing that. And it looks like he is not lined up now. Quick throw over the middle. Noah Gray gets it to the 30. And Kansas City is going to have to settle for another field goal here. In is Harrison Butker to make this a 6-point game. Kick is good, man. 6-0 Chiefs. We got 9:48 left in the second quarter. All right, man. Can the Giants get something going on this next offensive drive? They were looking good on their first drive, but then instead of dealing with a field goal, making this a 3-0 lead for them, they decided to go for it, man. It was a weird decision. And we're going to see if they can get it going. All right, let me look up any updates on Tyrone Tracy. Because he left this game, he looked like he was in a lot of pain from his right shoulder. As of right now, he is questionable to return to the game. David, I think the Giants can get something on this next drive. That something being throwing a pick six. I mean, the way Russell Wilson has thrown the ball sometimes, it would not surprise me. All right, let's finish up the updates here around the league. So we left off at the Saints and Seahawks game. Seahawks, dude, that game was already out of hand. I think in the first quarter it was like 28-3 in the first. It was just wild, man. I swear. But they ended up winning 44-13. Seahawks looking good with Darnold at the helm. And then we streamed the Chicago Bears and the Cowboys. Cowboys end up losing CeeDee Lamb early in the game. A couple picks by Dak, and the Bears offense was explosive early, and they finished off strong to win 31-14 over the Dallas Cowboys, getting their first win for Ben Johnson. And then in a low-scoring affair for the most of the game, until it turned up a little bit at the end, the Cardinals looked like they were going to get a win over the 49ers until 49ers able to get a nice drive at the end there to kick a game-winning field goal. They won 16-15 over the Arizona Cardinals. Street Strum, we'll see what happens. All right. Kansas City away, kicking this one away, and it'll be picked up at the 6, to the 15, to the 20, 25, and taken down at the 26. All right. Wilson in the shotgun, ball at the 26. Two receivers stacked up on the right side. Play action, pressure coming from the blind side. Wilson just lost this one. I think he was hit as the ball was going. You see who was that on that blind side? Oh, that was Watson, number 35, the corner. Yeah, got a little bit on that throw before Russell was able to launch that one. So a good play. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Giants. Handoff up the middle. This one to Singletary, and he'll be good for about 2 or 3. David, unless we change the channel, then we would not see it. Now stay on this channel, man. Stay on the channel. All right, we got 3rd and 7 coming up. Russell looking, has some time, launching it down the middle of the field, and is picked off at the 30, just throwing it into triple coverage. What the heck was that? Out across the 50, and the Kansas City Chiefs will have the ball in Giants territory. Russell Wilson once again just launching the ball. There was already 2 defenders there. The safety came over and picked it off. That was... what the heck was that, man? Trying to get it to Wan'Dale Robinson. Good punt, Russ. Unfortunately, they got a lot on the return. What did they say? The punter outkicked his coverage. Russell out threw his coverage on that one, dude. That was rough. Let's see here. Where are we at here on game stats, man? It's been a a rough game for the Giants, man. They're looking they're looking good on that first drive, and I just saw that Graham Gano apparently is injured. I don't know if that happened before the game or during the game, because it was such a weird decision to go for it when you were this close to getting a field goal on the opening drive. But yeah, so Mahomes, 8 of 12, 80 yards. Nico Remingo is the leading rusher for the Chiefs here. So 1 of 11. Juju, 3 for 52. And then Kareem Hunt, 1 for 10. Everybody else, 1 catch or less for less than 10 yards. Leading tackler is Nick Bolton. And Russ, 5 for 7, 19 yards through the air. Has thrown an interception as well. Sorry, 5 of 18 for 19 and an interception. Tyrone Tracy, who is questionable to return, is the leading rusher with 7 carries for 29 yards. And Tyler Nubian and Javon Holland leading tacklers. Yeah, I forgot who got the pick here. That was Christian Roland Wallace with a nice pick. Former USC Trojan, undrafted in 2024. There you go. It's going to be a delayed handoff. This one to Pacheco, and as always, just running so freaking violently that it's terrifying to see him run. Gain of 8 for Pacheco. Giants, Graham Gano, questionable to kick versus Kansas City after suffering a groin injury in warm-ups per report. Oh, gotcha. Okay, now it makes a little bit more sense why they decided to go for it instead of kicking the field goal, but man. and gets it out to, I believe that is Thornton. Nice throw to the left, and that'll be a first down for Kansas City. All right, so yeah, Graham Gano, the starting kicker for the Giants, out for this game, or going to be questionable to return. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 32. Orbit motion, handoff to Pacheco, running like he's angry at the ground, and picks up about 6. Seriously, man, every time Pacheco runs, man, my knees begin to hurt. I'm just like, oof, oh. Like, hopefully he has some Dr. Scholl's on those cleats, man. All right, Mahomes in the shotgun, single receiver to the right side, running back to his left. Ball at the 26. Mahomes takes the snap, looking, gets it underneath to Travis Kelce, down to the 20, and that's a first down for the former All-Pro tight end. All right. Mahomes and Travis finally connecting on a catch for the night, man. First time. Let's go. 2 receivers to the left. Mahomes in the shotgun with a running back to his right. Mahomes, quick throw underneath. Tries to get it to his running back. Too far ahead. That'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh, I forgot to say this. David, thank you for the information on Gano, my dude. Appreciate you. All right, man. 2nd and 10. Mahomes in the shotgun. 2 receivers split out to the left. Single receiver to the right. Fakes the handoff. Quick throw underneath to Travis Kelce, and he'll be taken down for a loss of about 2. And that's going to be a 3rd and long coming up. And if you're just joining us, man, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. I appreciate you being here. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. All right, man. We try to do as many games as we can. Primetime games, Packer games, it does not matter. So if you're interested in that, please make a like and subscribe. I appreciate you. 2 receivers to the right side. Mahomes looking, pressured, and somehow able to get it out. Nearly caught it. Juju trying to catch that one, but it'll be incomplete. And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to have to settle for another field goal. And that was Brian Burns, man, just throwing away Jawan Taylor and getting to Mahomes just as he was about to throw the ball. Butker's kick is up and no good. Wide left. Woo. There we go. I mean, Butker was he was he was tempting fate with his with one of his kicks that hit the right upright and went in. This one just too far to the left, no chance to go. David, not only did I subscribe, but then I turned on notifications. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, turn on notifications too, man. That way you know when this giant head is going to be on your computer screen or on your phone. Yeah, we have not seen Malik Neighbors much in this game. I don't even think he's caught a pass yet. That is a player that the Giants need to just need to find a way to get him the ball, man. Like now with Tracy down, it wouldn't be too bad to put him in the backfield and see if he can get like a handoff. You know, he's definitely not built to run in between the tackles, but it's a great way to get him moving, putting him in different looks, finding ways to get him the ball, man. Dahlia, 100% in the notifications. Hey, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, we got 5:24 left in the first half here. So we're going to move that there. The Giants do have possession after Kansas City failed to score anything on that previous possession. Oh, they're showing that the Odell catch there. All right, we got 1st and 10. 2 receivers stacked up on the left side. Russell in the shotgun with the rookie running back behind him. He gets the handoff to the left, stays on his feet, running hard is Sketabo with a nice gain of about 7. Second and 3, another handoff to the rookie. Breaks to the 40, 45, stays on his feet, and goes down to the 48. And that is a rookie with a first down run. My goodness, I could not get the words out. First down run. Let's go. I was so stunned that he stayed on his feet, man. He was breaking tackles left and right. Fourth-round draft pick out of Arizona State. All right. Russell alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. Oh, he's looking. Gets the ball out to, I believe that's Slayton. And he'll be in Kansas City territory. Gain of about 4. All right, Russell running back behind him. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion. Sketabo gets a carry, but he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 50. And it's going to be 3rd and long for the Giants here, man. All right, we got 3rd and 8. Russell in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 receivers on that right side. Kansas City showing pressure. They got 6 on the line. They send, looks like 5. Russell tries to run. He gets it out to Sketabo, who's to the 40, 35. And we'll pick up a first down. There is a flag on the field, though. We'll see what the call is. Yeah, Russell stepping up in the pocket. Looked like he was going to run and then just dumps it outside to his rookie running back, who was able to pick up a big first down. There's a penalty on Kansas City, but it will be declined, result of the play, a first down. Andrew Thomas, one of the best left tackles in the game, working on Chris Jones. And doing a dang good job of it, too. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 34. 2 receivers to the right, Russell in the shotgun with a running back behind him. Handoff. That's Devin Singletary, who will be good for maybe half a yard on the play. The former Buffalo Bill has an opportunity here to kind of establish himself in this lineup, man, especially with Tracy out with an injury. All right, man, that final play, it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning here in New Jersey. And let's go, man. We got 12 people watching, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We try to do as many games as we can throughout the season, man. We do every primetime game, every Packer game. In week 1, we did 6 games. Last week, we did 5. And so far this week, we're on pace for another 5 streams. So if that's something you're interested in, please make sure you leave a like so you know when we're going live, so you can see this big giant head floating on your TV screen, on your laptop, or your phone, whatever you're watching, man. Let's go. But regardless, I appreciate you watching. Yeah, man, we're still waiting on the first touchdown of the game so we can turn on the light behind me. Especially with every primetime game, we don't turn on the lights until we get a touchdown because for primetime, we got to earn the lights. All right, these teams have to give us a show if they want the lights. That's what we do. So right now, man, the Giants are potentially getting down the field here, man. So far, this has been their best drive since the opening drive to start the game, where they ended up going for it on 4th down. I was a little bit confused as to why. I didn't see anything before the game that what was happening, but it looked like Graham Gano. Apparently, Graham Gano is out for the game, or at least questionable. He injured himself in warm-ups. So that was a big reason why the Giants, instead of kicking a 45 to 46-yard field goal, they decided to go for it. And then, unfortunately, the ball was batted right at the line, and no points for the Giants on a pretty impressive opening drive for the most part. All right, looks like we're coming back here. We got 2nd and 9 coming up for the G-Men. All right, shotgun for Russell Wilson, single receiver to the left, running back to his right. Takes the snap, looking, tries to dump it underneath to his rookie running back, but it'll be incomplete. 3rd and 9 coming up. Woo. Scatterbo's got to be careful, man. When he was diving for that ball, he almost popped it up for an interception. All right, Russell in the shotgun, running back to his left, 2 receivers to the right. Looking, throwing it deep down the left, and it'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to Darius Slayton, but there is a flag on the field. I think this is going to be on Kansas City here. It's either going to be roughing the passer or they're going to say it was illegal hands. And it is going to be roughing on the passer, man. And they're going to get the veteran George Karlaftis make contact with, I was going to say it with Russell's helmet, but no. It was just unnecessary roughness. Nothing crazy about it. So that'll give the Giants a brand new set of downs. And this drive continues, man. All right, we got single receiver to the right side, handoff, and it'll be going nowhere here. No gain on the play. And there's going to be a flag coming in late here. All right. Now the referees are just taking over at this point. It's going to be a holding penalty on Kansas City. So once again, this one on Chris Jones. All right. Oh no, the Chiefs forgot to pay the refs. Hey man, you always got to make sure that Venmo goes through, right? Now we got 1st and 10, ball all the way back, all the way inside the 15. It's going to be a run to the 5, 10, and whoa, there we go. Sorry, I don't know why I went 10, but I was going to say end zone. And right now they are saying it's a touchdown for the man out of Arizona State. Woo! And we have our first touchdown of the game. Let's confirm it, though. Yes! It is a touchdown for the Giants, man. Woo! You know what that means. If you've been here before, you know what that means. It means we get to turn on the lights, man. Bam. Extra point is blocked. Oh, no. Dude, it has been the Sunday for kickers from hell, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think that is the... No, I was going to say that it was going to be the 4th. No, that is the 5th blocked kick of the day. There was actually 2 blocks in the Eagles and Rams games. Yeah, the Eagles blocked 2 kicks in that game. So this is the 5th kick blocked for the day, man. That is wild. And the weird thing is, on the channel, even though we only streamed we were streaming the Packer game, but we ended up seeing 3 blocked, 3 blocked field goals in a matter of like 6 minutes while we were live streaming, and they weren't replays. We saw the Packers, then that game ended. Then we went over to, I'm trying to remember the other game, but we went to one other game. It was blocked. They returned it, game winner. And then we went to the final game, and that was a freaking block. Yeah, I think it was we went to the Eagles and Rams. We saw them block it with literally no time remaining. They returned it for a touchdown. And then we went over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who got their kicked blocked, I'm pretty sure. And wow, man, yeah, it was a weird like 5-ish minutes on the channel, man, because it was just block kicked after block kicked. It was wild, 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 wild. Holy cow, man, we got 15 people here watching, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. Helps out the channel immensely, and once again, we do every possible game we can, man. Every primetime game, every Packer game. If it's football, we try to get it on the channel, man. So if you're looking forward to something like that, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But regardless, I appreciate you being here and watching some football with us. All right, man. With the extra point being blocked, this is a tied game at 6-all, man. Let's freaking go. Giants kicking this one away. It'll be caught right at the goal line. It'll be returned to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and taken down at the 21. Great coverage by the Giants. We got 1:38 left in the game. Sorry, left in the half. But some of you were like, what's he talking about? No. We got 1:38 left in the first half. We still got plenty of football left to go. All right, Mahomes alone in the shotgun, throws it over the middle and tries to get it to Noah Gray, but nothing there. 2nd and 10 coming up. Like I said, man, we're starting to see a lot more of Gray on the field here. All right, we got 2nd and 10. Travis in motion. Mahomes in the shotgun with a running back to his left. Pressure, and Mahomes. This one, I think, was thrown backwards. It is recovered by Mahomes. Somehow, number 58 basically had it in his hands for the Giants, and Mahomes just came out of nowhere to slap that one away and recover what looks like his own fumble. 100% a backwards pass, a live ball, and I think Mahomes knew it right away, dude, because he just started sprinting. That is wild, man. Got to give it to Mahomes, man. That was a heads-up play, man, because that was going to be a touchdown. If he's not there, the nearest Kansas City Chiefs was like 5 to 6 yards behind. Wow, man. All right, we got 3rd and 25 after the fumble. 2 receivers to the right. Mahomes in the shotgun with a running back to his right. I'm expecting there you go, handoff. And the Giants will use their final timeout here of the half, trying to get the ball back. Trying to get the ball back before the half, see if they can tack on maybe some more points. And David, a double throw-up face? Oh, man, dude. I mean, look at it this way, David. You're technically not losing right now. And the Giants don't have a kicker, so this is either going to have to be a touchdown or no points. Punt is away. It's not a great punt by Matt Araiza. It's touched by Kansas City. Whoa. There's going to be a flag on the field here. It's obviously going to be on Kansas City for basically stopping the returner from touching the ball first or trying to catch it. Dahlia, I don't like the guy, but he is fast with that quick action. Yes, he is, man. You got to give it to Mahomes, man. Even if you're not a fan of Kansas City or Mahomes, the guy just seems to be able to make plays out of nothing. Even when it's not a great play overall, I mean, he saved what would have been likely a touchdown for the Giants there. So another mistake by Kansas City here, and that was Joshua Williams. Fourth round pick in 2022 out of Fayetteville State. What the heck is that? North Carolina. Okay. There we go. Answers my question. First and 10, Russell in the shotgun, ball at the 41 of Kansas City after the penalty. Single receiver to that left side. G-Men have 1:11 on the clock. Throws the ball all over the middle and takes a hit as he throws, so that'll be incomplete. Once again, for the second time tonight, man, Russell was looking deep and takes a hit just as he threw to force an incomplete pass. And that was George Karlaftis working on the former second-team All-Pro tackle in Thomas. All right, we got 2nd and 10. Russell in the shotgun, running back to his left. Two receivers on that right side. Looking, throws to the left sideline, and unable to connect with Darius Slayton, but there is a flag on the field. This might be on Kansas City again. Yep. Face mask on Kansas City. That was number 20 there. Noel Williams, the rookie. Third round pick out of Cal. Oh, yeah, he was trying to jam Slayton at the line, but Slayton backed up, so Williams just tried to grab at something, and he ended up getting a handful of face mask. Merry Christmas, Daniel Berry, Sport Highlights. Happy Sunday. Hello, everybody. Hey, what's going on, dude? Welcome, welcome. And it's going to be a run right up the middle, across the 25 down to about the 22 for the Giants. Again, the Giants don't have any timeouts, so the clock will continue to run here. But Daniel, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Woo, we got 12 people here watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. It helps out the channel immensely. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. So we're close to that goal, man. We're climbing slowly, man. It's been a lot of work, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We try to do as many games as we can on the channel, man. Every primetime game, every Packer game. Yeah, so if you want to be part of that, please make sure you like and subscribe. So we got 2nd and 6, ball at the 23. Russell in the shotgun. Kansas City apparently used a timeout here. So Russell takes the snap, looking, throwing it deep to the right end zone, and intercepted. Trying to get it to Malik Neighbors, and that is Watson with an interception in the end zone. Hot dang, dude. I think that was potentially the first target for Malik Neighbors on the night. Maybe the second, but he has not been a big focal point. I don't want to say that was not great effort, but I think Malik was just, once he saw the interception, man, like his body just kind of just like went down. Body language, not the best. All right. 1st and 10, ball to 20. And Mahomes trying to get it to Travis Kelce, not on the same page. Mahomes telling him, hey, up the field, up the field. And bad news for the Giants, man, where they have Brian Burns down on the ground. See what happened here. Oh, oh. Dude, don't tell me that's a freaking... Do not tell me that is a freaking Achilles tendons injury, man. Dahlia, what the F? These Giants are killing me. Imagine being a Giants fan, man. All right, let's see how Burns gets up here. All right, well, the good news is he's walking off the field slightly gingerly, but still pretty okay. Yeah, it looks like his left leg, he's the one that batted the ball at the line. That when he jumped up and he landed, that left leg just kind of like, it almost like looked like it almost overextended. It just like, when he landed, it just like straightened out like very violently. And I'm once again, I'm hoping it's not a freaking Achilles injury, man. We've seen so many of those dang injuries over the last couple of years. And over the middle finds Travis Kelce down to the 29. I think they're going to mark him just shy of the first. Kansas City will use a timeout here. Their second of the game here. They stop the clock at 36 seconds. Mahomes going to try to see if he can get the ball down the field. David, I mean, if you root for the Giants, aren't you rooting against the Packers? But how can you root for the Chiefs, who are literally the worst people in the world? I mean, I wouldn't say the worst. Just they've made many people suffer. They've made 31 other teams' fans suffer. And that should be a crime, all right? To give away that much sadness and tears. Oh. No, they're not the worst people in the world. They're just the worst in the NFL right now. It's okay. The Patriots were the worst for a while, then the Chiefs, and here's hoping the Packers are the worst team in the world for maybe like a decade or two. No, nothing too crazy. No, just like 2 decades. That's all I want. 2 decades of dominance, maybe 5 or 6 Super Bowls, and after that we can suck for a couple of years. I'm a reasonable Packer fan, all right? All I want is 6 Super Bowls in the next, 7 years, all right? I want that 1 year for somebody else to have a title, Yeah, I don't know, but to be honest with you, actually, the way we played tonight, it was rough. It was rough. All right, we got 3rd and 1. 43 seconds readjusted on the clock, and it'll be a run up the middle. First down for Isaiah Pacheco. And Kansas City will use their final timeout here. All right, we got 1st and 10, 3 receivers on that right side. Mahomes in the shotgun, looking, rolling to his right, and he's going to be forced to get rid of that ball. Incomplete pass. 33 seconds in the half, man. These last, 2 minutes have been, whew. Come on. Feel like that fadeaway of the timeout circle. Yeah, man, the fadeaway on the timeouts, man. They're nice. They're nice. They're a nice little effect, peacefully going away, because they're gonna be coming back in the second half. 2nd and 10, looking, draw down the field, and nearly intercepted is Patrick Mahomes. He had a man down the field, but a heck of a defensive play by number 21. That is Paulson Adebo, a former New Orleans Saint. Let's check it out. Yeah. 3rd round pick for the Saints. Yeah, Adebo basically nearly undercut that route for a pick. All right, we got 27 seconds left. 3rd and 10 coming up. Oh, I think there's going to be a penalty on the Giants maybe. And Juju Smith-Schuster wide open over the middle, but he drops the pass. Just straight up drops it. And the ball was a little bit behind. Mahomes was under pressure, but that's one you got to catch, man. Chiefs are slightly bailed out there by the Giants jumping offside, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and they get to redo the third down. All right, well, good news for the Giants is Brian Burns is back on the field, so we got 1st and 10. Oh, they're saying it was a pass interference. Sorry. So 1st and 10. Mahomes pressured, somehow breaks 2 tackles to avoid a sack, and is going to be throwing the ball deep down the field, and it'll be a penalty on the Giants, man. Phillips in not in a great position. So he just literally ripped the receiver down to the ground. And that's going to set up the Chiefs for a chance to tack on a field goal with 7 seconds left. Yeah, Mahomes in the pocket, stiff arms one defender, or gets away from one defender, stiff arms another, and then just launches this one as if he was Aaron Rodgers in Detroit. So 1st and 10, all the way to the Giants' 11. 7 seconds left. Mahomes rolling to his right, and he's going to throw this one into the dirt, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal here to end the half. And Dahlia, I just don't really like the Chiefs. All right, Butker in to make this a 3-point game in the favor of Kansas City. Kick is up and right down the middle. All right, baby. And we are at halftime. Like I said, man, Kansas City will find a way to get points. Hot dang. Just giving Mahomes all the chances. Let's hope they block the kick. Well, unfortunately, they did not. They got it. They got it. No offense to Chiefs fans. I'm actually kind of rooting for the Chiefs in this one a little bit because once again, the Giants are in the NFC. If they lose, it helps out the Packers at the end. So. And honestly, man, if you are Phillips, I understand why he kind of panicked and just grabbed Hollywood Brown. But if you let him catch that ball, like the penalty stopped the clock at 7 seconds. That thing was 50 yards basically down the field. If you let him catch it, there's no way. Kansas City does not have any timeouts. There is zero chance that they're going to be able to sprint 45 yards down the field, get lined up, and snap the ball in 7 to anywhere between 8 to 6 seconds that it takes to do all of that. It's the, yeah, so Phillips probably should have let Brown catch it and then just, but once again, it's easier said than done. You're worried about giving up a big play at the half. You're not really thinking about the time that is left. You know, we get the benefit of seeing the clock right here in our face almost the entire game. But when you're a player, you might know, hey, there's 20 seconds left when they snap the ball. But there is so much that's in your brain. You have to worry about, hey, where's my guy? What's my assignment? What happens if this changes? Because that's how it is. If your guy goes underneath, you might have to pass him off, and then you have another guy to worry about that you have to adjust. And then on top of that, you have to communicate in a way by looking at what your teammates are doing. And that's a lot. That's already a lot. Let alone Mahomes is freaking breaking sacks and then just chucking the ball 55 yards down the field. And all you see is the ball's in the air. You're the only guy that is stopping Brown from just catching this and literally just moonwalking into the end zone. And so you are like, hey, I got to make sure that this does not turn into something worse. And I get it, man. It's some people are going to be like, that's a boneheaded play, dumb. You should have just let him catch it and brought him down for a tackle, and time would have expired. But I mean, yeah, it's a lot to think about. And all you're trying to do is just like not give up the big play. So, Dahlia, of course they don't when I ask for it. I know, I have to want KC to win, but how great would it be if they have 0 wins this season? Yes, I'm petty. Dang. David, you better be careful, man. Somebody might be coming for your crown and in terms of the pettiness in the chat, my friend. That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. Holy cow, man. We have 11 people watching this game, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Like seriously, man, this means a lot to me. I love doing this stuff, man. I love talking about football, talking about the games. Like I said, I think I talked about this last year. So if you were here last year, you probably know this, but like this is like my dream job. Like ever since I was like in high school, my dream has always been to be like in the booth, like doing like the Jim Nance, the Al Michael stuff, being basically a commentator in the booth talking about football. Like that's amazing. That's literally my dream to do. And then last year I kind of just decided I didn't even do week 1 last year because I was always like thinking I'm like, oh, I'm too busy or I don't know how to do any of this stuff. And like there was always excuses to not do this, to not put myself out there, to not do this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I don't know how to do any of this. Like there's going to be so many people that are way ahead of me. You got the Tom Grassi's, the Brandon Pernos, the urinating tree, man. You got so many great guys on this platform already. I'm like, what can I add? to it, and I just said, you know what, man, who cares, what I add to it, whether I'm good at it or not. Like, hopefully I'm good at it eventually. But man, dude, it's this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and the last 2 years, man, it's the football season has been even that more special because I've been able to do this. I've gotten to meet some great people in the chat. Hey, James Holuin. Let me know if I mispronounced that, my dude. Yes, Kansas City is winning. That is true, my dude. Yeah, Kansas City is on top, 9-6. Um, but yeah, man. If you look at some of those earlier streams, man, like there was no, there was no scoreboard. It was just me and my face talking about the game, stumbling over my words, probably more so than I do now. Yeah, man. It started out, pretty, pretty low rent, I should say. But as time went on, man, we got better. We added some stuff to the channel, man, and we just keep on getting better and better. So yeah, man, that's kind of the story about this channel, why I do this. It's something that I've wanted to do for my whole life, and I'm probably never going to be in the booth on an NFL stage, but I can honestly say, hey, man, I called the Super Bowl last year. Was it on broadcast TV? No, but it was on my channel. I was doing basically the same stuff that those guys in the booth were doing, and I get to do it from home. I get to do it my way, and yeah, man, it's a fun thing to do, and it's something that I'm hoping to continue for as long as I could possibly can, man. So yeah, long-winded story. Sorry about that, guys. I appreciate you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. So if that's something that you're interested in, man, like watching these games through this way, let me know, man. Please leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate you. All right, let's look at some halftime stats for these teams. Clearly, we haven't had a lot of points, but the offenses haven't been terrible, to be completely honest with you. All right, we got Mahomes, 12 of 23, nearly 50% completion percentage here. Has thrown for 100 yards, is almost thrown as much in that and getting penalties. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Isaiah Pacheco is the leading rusher with 3 carries for 17 yards. Kareem Hunt, 4 for 15. Juju, 3 for 52. Travis Kelce, 3 for 13. And Noah Gray, 2 for 7. No sacks in this game, but there are 2 interceptions of Russell Wilson. Christian Roland Wallace, he got the first interception. That was just Russ throwing a bad ball, man, into triple coverage. I get it. He was trying to get the ball down the field, but that was just a dumb decision, man. And then Jalen Watson was able to get an interception in the back corner of the end zone. That one was more of him just out jumping the receiver. Neighbors just not in a position to really make a play on that one. And unfortunately, Russell Wilson got picked in the end zone when they had a chance at some points before the half. All right. We got Giants here. Russell Wilson, 7 of 13, 39 yards, no touchdowns, and like we said, 2 interceptions. Cameron Skedaboo, the rookie out of Arizona State, is the leading rusher. 6 carries for 39 yards. He does have the 1 touchdown for the Giants. Tyrone Tracy was the starting running back for the Giants to start the game, but unfortunately he went out with a right shoulder injury, taking a really bad hit, trying to run up the left sidelines after catching a pass. He will likely not be coming back. He finishes with 7 carries for 29 yards and 2 catches for 7 yards. Not only is Skedaboo the leading rusher for the Giants, he's also the leading receiver, 3 catches, 19 yards through the air. Brian Burns has the only sack of the game. There's a little bit of a scare there. It looked like he was going to be out for the game, but luckily took a couple snaps off and is now back in the game. So Yeah, that's where we are at this point in the game. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought of the first half. Do you think the Giants can kind of get things going here, or do you just see Kansas City just finding ways to get a win as they've done for the past, what, 5, 6 years at this point? But yeah, let me know. Let me know. Woo! We got 13 people in here, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, man, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. That's the goal I had in my head when I started this season. We're almost there. We're getting there. I know it's gonna be a little tough to climb up there, man. But we're so close. But yeah, man, we try to do as many games as we can on the channel, man. Every primetime game, every Packer game, any game we can get our hands on, we will do on the channel. Week 1 we did 6. Last week we did 5. And this week, we're on pace for another 5. So we're going to keep it going. So if that's something that you're interested in, hey, man, stick around. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Helps out the channel. It helps out the video as well, man. Thank you so much. Regardless, thank you for watching. All right. So what do the Giants have to do in the second half to not only take the lead but potentially win this game? I think they need to seal up their secondary, man. Their secondary has been giving up chunk plays, especially in the second quarter. You started to see that defense give a little bit too much space between the receivers. I think what's not helping is that the pass rush is not getting to Mahomes. They're not keeping him contained. They're allowing him to kind of step up and roll out, and that's usually been the biggest issue. Like especially you saw this with Aaron Rodgers when he was in his youth. Like anytime there's a quarterback of this mobility, their biggest issue is not necessarily that they're going to run and pick up yardage. It's usually that they're buying time, and that allows the coverage to kind of get more cracks in the secondary, and that allows you to throw the ball. And instead of the quarterback picking up 5 to 10 yards, now he's throwing the ball down the field to pick up 15, 20, 30 plus yards. Or in this case, just before the half, a 50-yard penalty, 50-yard penalty there. So, yeah, man. So you got to get to Mahomes. You got to contain him. You got to keep him in the pocket somehow, and just keep him under pressure, man. Force him to dump it down, and then after that, just get to the ball carrier as quickly as you can. Mahomes is not going to be a guy that's going to be throwing picks that often. They're rarely going to fumble the ball. This is a well-coached Chiefs team, regardless of their record. They're smart, man. They know every little nook and cranny to be able to get an advantage, but you just got to beat them physically. The tackles, in my opinion, they've committed penalties. They get sacks. You got to attack the edges against the Chiefs and force Mahomes to stay in the pocket once you kind of pinch the back end. That's where the interior alignment for the Giants need to be able to keep him contained somehow. But for the Kansas City Chiefs, they got to slow down Skedaboo. He's been kind of running a little bit. He's averaging 6.5 yards per carry. He's only had 1 or 2 big runs, but he's keeping a healthy average for the most part. So they got to stop the run. They've been doing a good job of stopping Russell Wilson from finding anything deep down the field consistently. So if they can stop the run and force Russ to throw, I think that's going to be to their advantage. All right, Giants kick it off here to the 20, 25, and taken down at the 26. Kansas City with the ball here to start the second half. All right, Mahomes in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers on that right side as well. Hands it off to Pacheco. Breaks the tackle at the line and will pick up about 3 yards. Isaiah Pacheco once again running angry, at the ground. My knees are in pain watching him run. I've never seen somebody that looks so heavy-footed when they step, but still stay so light on their feet that they're so tough to bring down, man. It's wild. Isaiah Pacheco is a weird running back, man, but he's a damn good running back. Play action, rolling to his right is Mahomes, and he finds his receiver, Hollywood Brown, for a big first down. That might have been Mahomes' best throw of the night, man. All right, Mahomes under center, single back in the backfield, two receivers stacked up on that right side. Receiver in motion, hands it up the middle. Isaiah Pacheco across the 50, down to the 46 of New York. Dude, I want to know who hurt Isaiah Pacheco, man, because I've never seen a person run so angrily consistently. Like, eventually somebody cracks a smile when they get a big run, man. But Isaiah is just like, he's so angry. I like it. I like angry runners, man. 2nd and 10. Brown in motion. Handoff to Isaiah. This time he is going to be met right at the line. And that is 51. That is Abdul Carter, I believe. Hopefully I got that right. Yeah, there you go. Abdul Carter. Sweet. Isaiah nearly pushed him for some positive yardage, but the cavalry came. 3rd and 3. 5 receivers set. Mahomes alone in the shotgun. Giants giving up some big cushion there. Travis Kelce to the 40, 35 down to the 34, and that is a first down for the future Hall of Famer. David, the defense keeps trying to give him a hug, and it never helps. You know, all the Giants are trying to do is make Isaiah Pacheco smile, and it's not working. It's bordering on rude. All right? All right. Pat Mahomes in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, throws to the right, and it'll be a gain of about 8 or 9 for Hollywood Brown. Looks like they're going to mark him off about 2 to 3 yards shy of the first. Second and 3. Ball just inside the 30, down to about the 26. It's going to be a little end around to the left. Breaks the tackle, gets the first down, and that'll be a first down. Oh, the clock is still running. All right, man, that was a decent little end around there for number 24. I'm trying to see who that is. That is Brashard Smith, the rookie. 7th round draft pick out of SMU. There you go. All right, ball at the 2, 1st and 10. Mahomes under center, single back in the backfield. Hands it off to Pacheco to the left. He's to the 20, to the 15, and taken out right at the line to gain. It's going to be probably a first down for Kansas City, man, and they are marching down the field already in the red zone, and they're looking good. Woo! Nice little misdirection there. Pacheco moved to the right. Cut it just before getting the handoff to cut it to the left. All right, Pacheco over the middle, gets inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. This is Isaiah's best game of the season so far, man. He has been, ever since last year, man, he struggled to really move the ball. Just before he got injured, he was having an okay season. And then when he came back, even during the playoffs, he wasn't as big of a factor as you expected. But it looks like he's starting to get some momentum here. Five receiver set, Mahomes in the shotgun, Kelsey in the slot to the left. Quick throw, gets it out to Juju, who will pick up about 3 yards just inside the 5. So that'll bring up a 3rd and about medium for Kansas City. All right, we got 3rd and 3. Ball at the 5. 4 receivers set. Tight end on the right side there. Mahomes looking, throws over the middle, and that is a touchdown for Kansas City. Thornton with a beautiful, beautiful touchdown. The coverage is good, but caught it, kept both feet in bounds, man. Holy cow, that was close. Yeah, Mahomes with a ridiculous throw, tight coverage, and Thornton with great concentration, man, able to not get caught up in the pass defender there. And the extra point is good as well, man. Kansas City gets their first touchdown of the game, and now they have a 10-point lead over the Giants. All right. Boom, boom, boom. David. Sorry, Dahlia. Oh, boy. Yeah, man, you knew it was going to happen at some point. You just knew the Kansas City Chiefs were going to get a drive. Whether it was in the 4th quarter or sometime in the 3rd, they were going to be able to move the ball down the field. And right now they look good. That was an impressive drive. It was anything you could have thought of. It just went the Kansas City Chiefs' way. And I'm not talking about like, oh, they got lucky. I'm talking about like every play was the right play. They moved the ball down the field, and it was just methodical. It's not easy to do. Holy freaking cow, man. We got 12 people in watching it here, man. I want to say thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. It helps out the video. It helps out the channel. We're trying to get to 100 before October. We're close. So, once again, if this kind of stuff is in your bag, what you want to see, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We try to do as many games as we can throughout the season. Yeah, last season we kind of started out with like 3 games a week. Then we kind of just kept on moving, and by the end of it, we were averaging about 5 games per week during the holiday season when there's like Thursday games, Friday games, Saturday games. We were doing like upwards of 6 games all last season, and this season, week 1, we did 6 games. So yeah, like I said, man, if there's a game and we have a chance to watch it here, we're gonna stream it, man. We're gonna keep it going. Football is an obsession for me at this point. So has been for a while. I'm just putting it on the internet now. All right, the kick is away. Giants are going to return this one to the 15, to the 20, 25, and out across the 30 and down to about the 33 is Devin Singletary. Nice run. All right, 1st and 10. Skidaboo to Russell's right. 2 receivers to the left side. And the rookie gets the handoff. He bounces it to the left and will go down after no gain on the play. This kid is a smooth runner, man. Like when he runs, it looks like he's just gliding. Even with that cut, he was trying to, first he was going to go just outside the tackle. Then he decided to bounce it out towards the left sideline, but when he did that, it was just a smooth movement, man. I like the way he runs. Plus, he runs with power, man. He's got some freaking thick thighs. Don't take that out of context. Don't take that out of context. All right, Russell Wilson in the shotgun. Receiver in motion. Russell looking, running. He's to the 35, to the 40. He picks up the first down and a little bit more down near the 45. Nice job, man. Steps up in the pocket and then just turns up field. There you go. Oh, we got a Jackson Dart sighting here, man. Jackson Dart. 1st and 10, ball at the 46 after the Russell run and slide. Jackson Dart play action. He's going to take off and run, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards on the QB run, man. Got tackled by 2 Chiefs defenders. So, all right, the kid out of Ole Miss, a little, ooh. The pocket was a little chaotic, man. You could see the kid has some happy feet. Probably the adrenaline a little bit too much for him, but hey, man, positive yardage and no turnovers. That's about as good as you can get right there. So 2nd and 7, 2 receivers to the right side. Russell back in at quarterback at the shotgun, running back to his left. Russell looking, pressured, and he goes down. And that is Chris Jones, big number 95, wraps him up, man. Was on Russell's back like a big giant bear. Woo. Dude, he whooped that left tackle, man. Jeez. Oh, that was John Runyon, the former Green Bay Packer, getting beat there. Come on. All right. We got 3rd and 12 coming up. Russell, pressured, has to run to the 50, and he will take a hit, but will be in Kansas City territory. It'll be 4th and about 5 for the Giants here. All right, Giants in to punt this one away. Ramingo back there for Kansas City for the return. Punt is nearly blocked here. Ramingo catches it at the 15 and is taken down from behind near the 19-yard line. All right, man. Kansas City's offense coming back. Their defense, once again, pressure starting to get to Russell Wilson. We talked about that at halftime. That's what you need to do with Russ. Stop the run, which they did, and then force Russell Wilson to be the guy that needs to carry this offense. And unfortunately for the Giants, that's not what you want. You don't want Russell Wilson to be the guy that is your only driving force on the offense. He's not built like that anymore. Even in his early career, he was never the sole guy like an Aaron Rodgers was carrying that offense. He had Marshawn Lynch. He usually had some good runners. He also had a great defense over there in Seattle early in his career. So, like Russ has been, he's a dang good quarterback, man. He is a borderline Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. Uh, Took the Seattle Seahawks to 2 Super Bowls. The guy is a good quarterback, was, but I think at this point in his career, he is more of a guy that I don't want to say like a game manager because I think he's a little bit better than that. But he's not a guy that you want to be throwing the ball, 35, 40 times in a game. He just doesn't have that in him anymore to be able to do that consistently at a high level. So yeah, with Russ at this point in his career, you really got to pair him well with either a dominant defense and some weapons outside, some really athletic weapons, or you got to give him a good running game with the ability to rely on some of his outside guys, like the tight ends that he can dump it down to, or kind of, get the ball 5 yards down the field. That way, you're kind of still staying ahead of the chains, but maybe not dominant as he used to be in his early career when he was just chucking balls deep down the field to some of his big receivers in his early part of his career. So all right, Mahomes in the shotgun here. We got 4:38 left in the third. Two receivers to the right side. Hands off to Kareem Hunt, who will get it across the 20 down to the 22. Gain of 3 for Kansas City. Just trying to, they're drawing like what Mahomes does in the pocket. And it's just like, it looks like a 5-year-old trying to do like a like an art piece. It's just random squiggles all along the field there. It's hilarious. All right, Mahomes in the shotgun, single receiver to the left. Quick throw to the outside there, and it'll be a gain of about 5 or 6 there. So third and short coming up for the Chiefs. All right. Three receivers on that left side. Kelsey in the slot to the left. Mahomes takes a snap over the middle, gets to Noah Gray, who's across the 35 down to about the 36, and a first down for Kansas City, man. All right, ball is just going to be short of the 37. Mahomes in the shotgun. Two receivers to the left, handoff to Kareem Hunt, who bounces it to the right, and will pick up about 2 yards down to the 39. Would it help the Giants win if we turned off the Chiefs' colored lights? Nah. I think the Giants are just a rough team right now, man. I don't think anything's going to help them outside of better quarterback play or, like I said, man, Malik Neighbors has just been freaking non-existent in this game. It's surprising that they're not willing to change a little bit of the offense to get him in the backfield or something. Mahomes in the shotgun. Another handoff to Kareem Hunt up the middle, and will be very close to a first down. Down to about the 45. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up. Like you have like Wandell Robinson, who is a like the way he was used in college and the way he was used early in his career, man. Like get him the ball, man. He's a very athletic guy. He's a short guy. He's not going to be able to out jump somebody for a ball, but in the slot, in the backfield, some swing passes, get him the ball early. Mahomes joined in the backfield in the back and trying to get it to Thornton on a makeshift crazy play, man, but unfortunately could not connect with the young wide receiver. Dude, if Mahomes hits him in stride, there's a good chance he is still running. That was close, man. That was close. All right, so we got 4th and 1. And the Giants are going to use a timeout here. Mahomes is smiling there on the sidelines, man, because I think they knew that they had the Giants there for a second. All right, so Kansas City is going to settle to just punt this one away instead of trying to go for it on 4th and short there. Punt is away. Matt Araiza booting this one down to the 11. Solid return by the Giants there, getting it to the 20. Oh. Did I seriously never move the ball to get... Oh, my goodness. So, David, what's your prediction for the next 2 weeks here for Kansas City? If they can get a win here, do you think they can go on a run, get back above 500? David, 0-17, so the country can reunite as one. You know what, man? I got to respect you for that. Willing to sacrifice your football happiness for us? A true patriot there. A gentleman and a scholar, sir, you are. All right, play action. Russell looking, throws it to his rookie running back to the 30, 35. Oh, bowls over a defender almost and gets it across the 40. Heck of a freaking run. Let's go. One of the biggest plays for the Giants of the night. All right, we got the ball at the 41, 1st and 10. Giants. Russell in the shotgun, quick throw to the outside, getting it to his tight end. And stays on his feet, keeps it going to the 45 and down across the 50. And that'll be close to a first down, man. He was hit about 4 yards down the field and then just kept moving the pile. And that was number 84, Theo Johnson. A 4th round pick out of Penn State. Let's go. All right, 2 big plays for the Giants, and that ends the 3rd quarter. We head to the 4th. Giants with the ball, trying to cut this 2-possession lead down to just 3. Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of Devin Singletary since the first half. They've really been just good running with the rookie, man. He's looked good. I'll give him that for sure. He's been, I think, their biggest weapon so far in this game. Really haven't seen Darius Slayton outside of that first opening drive where he cut a nice little pass. I think it was like a slant route for some decent yardage. Once again, we haven't seen Malik Neighbors. We haven't seen Wan'Dale Robinson, really. Yeah, a lot of passes to the running backs in this game for the Giants. All right, we're coming back here into the 4th, trying to see if the Giants can, once again, make this a little bit closer, get into the end zone once again. Yeah, man, if you're just joining us too, please leave a like and subscribe, man. I appreciate you being here. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're close to that goal, man. So we're trying to do as many games on the channel as we can. So if that's something you're interested in, leave a like and subscribe. Thank you. We got 1st and 10. 3 receivers on that right side. Russell rolling to his right. Might have been a little bit of a mistake. And holy cow, was that a catch? That was a catch, man. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a couple flags here, it looks like. Oh, he was out of bounds. He was the first guy to touch it. So yeah, that catch is not going to count. That was a heck of an attempt for Wan'Dale Robinson, man. Literally, barely was out of bounds. Like not even half of his foot was out of bounds, and then literally popped up into the air to try to adjust the lower part of his body, caught the ball, and kept his toes in bounds. But once again, if you step out of bounds, you cannot be the first player to touch the ball. So sometimes it's a game of inches, man. It's a cliche saying, but in that case, it was very true. All right, 5 receivers set, 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Russell alone in the shotgun. Kansas City showing pressure. They got 4 on the line. They're showing their linebackers, but now they're backing up. Quick throw, and that'll be a gain of about 4. Malik Neighbors. What is going on here? Russell looking, has time, launches it deep down the field into double coverage, and is nearly picked off again. And we have a Giant and a Kansas City Chief down on the ground in the end zone. And that is Malik Neighbors on the ground. And Brian Cooks, number 7, the safety, also hurt on the play. Malik basically trying to play defender. Took a hit, not from Brian, but actually took a hit from Noel Williams, the rookie. It was accidental collision. There was no malice intent. There was no trying. Williams wasn't even trying to hit Malik Neighbors, but Malik was holding his, I believe, his right shoulder as he was on the ground. So, all right, we're gonna go to a commercial break here, man. But yeah, 2 players down on the ground. Seriously, man, every single time Russ has tried to like just chuck it deep, it has not ended well. Like, I don't understand what he's doing. Like, and it's not even like, oh yeah, there's a guy that's running, streaking down the field, and it's like he's like level or slightly ahead of the defender. Like, the receiver is like 4 or 5 yards behind the safety slash corner, whatever it is, and Russ is just expecting him to not only catch up to the pass, but somehow either get above in front of the defender or somehow leap so high that he's able to outjump him while still being behind him. Like, I don't understand it. Looked like the Giants guy was pushing down on the Chiefs defender's helmet, which is understandable. Yeah, I think Malik was trying to make sure that the ball wasn't intercepted. I think it was basically, I think the rules switched on that one. I think Malik basically became the the corner, and who was it? Cooks became the receiver there. But yeah, just a weird time to just chuck a ball deep. I don't. Yeah, man. Sometimes Russell Wilson confuses me as the way he decides to play the ball. Like I said, like we've seen Jordan Love, like, and I'm just using him because I've seen a lot of his games. Like, he'll throw the ball deep down the field every once in a while, but that's usually when one of his guys is either level with the defender or about to run past him, or is already past him. So I don't know. It was a weird one. Yeah, Cooks, oof, landed right on his head, man. And Malik, I don't see him on the field. Right here's Brian Cook. Well, so Brian Cooks is it looks like he is okay for the most part. He's able to walk off the field. All right. So we got 4th and 6 here. 14 minutes left in the game. Russell Wilson in the shotgun with the running back to his left. Quick throw over the middle, and it's a first down. It's a fumble. It's a fumble. It was a first down catch, but then he decided to get up, and then Wan'Dale Robinson has the ball punched out, and it's a fumble recovered by the Giants, I think. There is a flag on the field, though. So we will see what this is. It's going to be pass interference on Kansas City. New York got so freaking lucky on that one, man. Okay. I could see the pass interference. Still very lucky. Yeah, McDuffie is the guy that gave up the catch. But before the catch, he's the guy that got called for the penalty. But then after the catch, he's also the guy that forced the fumble. So yeah, Trent McDuffie, man of many talents. Can get a penalty, can give up a pass or a catch, and get a fumble, force a fumble, all in the same play. Russell looking downfield, he'll dump it underneath to his rookie running back, who will pick up the first down and a gain of about 12 yards there for the rookie, man. Nice catch, nice run, good effort, man. Let's freaking go. All right, ball at the 28, 1st and 10 for the Giants. Russ takes the snap, rolls to his right, look in. He's going to dump it underneath to his tight end, who will stumble forward down at the 21. And that is Chris Manhertz. That's funny. Awesome last name. Manhertz. Yep. I like it. Undrafted guy in 2015. Holy cow, he's been in the league for a while. All right. We got 2nd and 3. Ball at the 21. Jason Dart in for the handoff. Hands it off to the rookie, who gets the first down to the 15 and down to the 11. Skedaboo, man. Holy cow. Skedaboo, Skedaboo. I mean, you know what they say, man. Skedaboo, Skedaboos. If somebody gets that in the chat, I will salute you. 1st and 10, ball at the 12. Jackson Dart, another handoff, and that'll be just inside the 10, down to the 9. Pickup of 3 yards. All right. Out goes Jackson Dart. In comes Russell Wilson. Well, the good news for the Giants is Malik Neighbors is back on the field. 2nd and 7. Russ in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. He rolls to the right side. Finds his receiver. I believe that is going to be Darius Slayton for a gain of 3. And we have a Kansas City player down on the ground. All right, that was a weird shot of him spreading on the camera. That was for the ladies and some gentlemen, for sure. Ooh. Oh, snap. Jeez. Dude, he got just decleated by Scaraboo there. It looked like when the ball snapped, it looked like let me try to get his name here, try to make sure. Give some respect to the young man. Who is this? Number 90, Charles Amenahue. So when he was trying to break off of his stance, it looked awkward. It looked like he might have pulled something or was off balance. And then as he was about to make contact with the right tackle, Scaraboo, who's a freaking thick running back, man, he just lays a freaking shoulder on Menahue and just knocked him right off of his feet, man. All right, back on the game, 3rd and 4. Russ keeps the ball, and a mistake on that one. He will lose a yard trying to do a little option play. Quarterback keeper, Karlaftis sniffing that one out, and it'll be 4th and 5. David, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolts and lightning, very frightening. There we go, man. Salute you. I salute you, sir. Scaraboo, because he scares the defense like a ghost. There we go. Look at that, man. We got Ghost in the chat and on the field. I love it. All right. Kicking this one away, and woo, this one is good. Is that Graham Gano? Is he back in the game? That is Graham Gano. He ended up hurting himself pre-game. Looks like he hurt himself a little bit there with that kick, but guess what? It's in, and the Giants have shrunken this Kansas City lead down to just 7. There you go, Dahlia. Progress has been made. We're getting there, right? We're getting there. But hot dang, man. Woo. All right, man. Hopefully the Giants defense can get something going here, man. Can they get a turnover? Make this game a little bit more interesting towards the end here. We got 10-12 left in the 4th quarter. All right, man. While we're waiting for this game to come back, man, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much, man. This has been a pretty big video for the channel, man. It's been one of the biggest ones on here, man. So thank you to whoever is watching, was watching. Thank you. Just make sure you please leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're close. We're getting there, man. Yeah, man. We try to do as many games as we can on the channel, man. Primetime games, Packer games. If we're able to do it, man, it's on the channel. So if that's something that you're interested in, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, man, look at those subs. Woo. Making me hungry. Kick is away. Kansas City to the 15, to the 20, and taken down at the 23. Good job by the Giants coverage team on that one. It's going to be a delayed handoff to Pacheco. He's across the 25 down to the 27. The Giants once again trying to just give hugs to Isaiah Pacheco. He always looks so angry when he's running. They're just trying to give him some love, and he's just unwilling to reciprocate. Why would subs make you hungry? Oh, the sandwich? Not for your man. I'm just saying, man. I'm hungry for 100 subs. And it's going to be a quick throw. Pressure on Mahomes, and that'll force him to throw it away. But yes, I was talking about the sub sandwiches. But hey, man, whatever works, man. I'll either take a sub sandwich or a sub for the channel. Whichever one. Whichever one. I'm a simple man, man. I like all kinds of subs. Subscriptions and sub sandwiches. I even like submarines. They're pretty cool. All right, we got 3rd and 6. Mahomes in the shotgun. Looking. Has some time. Pressure over the middle. And it's caught somehow. Somehow caught by Thornton. What the heck? There was like 3 Giants just in the general vicinity that were like just covering one Kansas City Chief. How the heck did he get open? Wow. He was stumbling out of his break, and the defenders basically knocked each other down or got in each other's way, and Thornton just came out of nowhere to catch an incredible pass on 3rd and 6. Toss to the right side there, picking up some decent yardage, and it'll be a gain of 7 or 8 for Smith. See here, that is... Oh, yeah, we talked about it. Brashard Smith, man. The rookie out of SMU. 7th round draft pick. All right, 2nd and 2. We got 8:10 on the clock here. Mahomes takes the snap, throws it on this nice little slant round to Hollywood Brown, and that'll be a 1st down. And they are now in Giants territory, it looks like. Mahomes closing in on 200 yards through the air. Mahomes under center, single back in the backfield. Hand off to Isaiah Pacheco to the right side, and just out of nowhere comes in number 58, tackling him down to the ground like a lion attacking a gazelle. Holy shiza. That was a Bobby Okereke with just freaking an incredible tackle. 2nd and 10. Mahomes in the shotgun, looking deep to the left. He has a man, hits him in stride, and it'll be down at the 2-yard line. They're saying touchdown. They are saying a touchdown for Kansas City. He was never touched. He slid into the end zone, apparently. Wow. Oh no, that's not a catch. Plus he was touched before the end zone anyway. So I'm not gonna wait for the broadcast. I'm gonna take that touchdown away. That is a drop. It's a heck of an effort though. Yeah, the Giants, man, they're sending some pretty good pressure to Mahomes. It's just not getting home. That was not that was that. That was not intended as a punt or as a pun, but yeah. Was he touched by an angel? No, not touched by an angel. I think it was Paulson Adebo who touched him. 3rd and 10, ball at the 34. Mahomes needing to scramble, throws to the left, and that is going to be. Is that going to be a freaking catch? A catch at the 1 from Thornton. I think he might have held on to this one. Daboll is freaking just can't believe it. Basically a similar play to the one we just saw. Phillips with it was pretty dang good coverage, man. He got a whack at the ball, but it never went incomplete. Thornton with an incredible freaking catch, with the defender literally just draped all over him. 1st and goal, Kansas City. Handoff up the middle, and in second effort, Kareem Hunt gets into the end zone. This one will count. Dang, dude, that was a heck of a throw, man. A heck of a touchdown drive for Kansas City. There's going to be a late flag here. 6:03 left in the game. And that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Kareem Hunt. They're saying that he did a throat slash. So, yeah. Yeah, they started cracking down on that a while ago, a couple of years ago, about like violent looking celebrations. Oops, sorry. All right, Kansas City in for the extra point here. Butker's kick is up, and it is no good. The score will stay 22-9. That is the second kick for Butker to miss. He almost had a third one. I think it was his first kick, hit the right upright, but bounced in. Second one was wide left, and now this one wide right. All right, here. Let's look at some of the stats here so far in this game, man. Kansas City has really turned it on in the second half. Their offense looks a little bit more like a Kansas City offense. Like a Kansas City offense. Mahomes over 200 yards through the air, 232, one touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco 10 for 45. Kareem Hunt 8 for 28 and a touchdown. And Tyquan Thornton has really emerged in this game as the number one receiver, man. 5 for 71 and a touchdown as well. Juju 4 for 55. Hollywood Brown 4 for 42. I mean, these are like solid numbers for the receiving group, man. Like I said, I think I talked about this. I can't remember if it was at halftime or before the game, but these receivers were beginning to kind of gel together with their quarterback along with the entire offense. You know. Yeah, man. The last thing you want to see is a Kansas City team getting significantly better on offense. Their defense was already pretty tough. Like I said, Kansas City 0-2, that was not going to be a problem. And the Giants are going to return this one across the 35. So, good field position. I knew Kansas City was not going to be down and out, even if they lost tonight and they were going to go 0-3. Sure, were they going to be the number one seed? Probably not. But this team has too many good players. They have an elite quarterback. They have a dang good coach. Like, they're well coached all around, and they have great players at certain positions. They were going to be there regardless if they were 0-3. Scatterboo with a carry over the middle, and he carries what looks like 3 Kansas City defenders down to about 9 yards, man. So 2nd and 2, maybe 2nd and 1 coming up for the Giants, man. Down across the 45, down to the 46. 5 receiver set. Russ takes the snap, throws it out to his rookie running back, who gets past the first defender, picks up a first down, and is going to be in Kansas City territory, man. Woo-wee. First and 10, Russ pressured, sacked, down back at the 50. George Karlaftis gets to him again. All right, clock is under 5 minutes here. 2nd and 14. Russ rolling to his left. He finds a receiver, Darius Slayton, for a first down for the Giants. Let's go. All right, ball at the 35 of Kansas City. Russ, quick snap, looking, rolling to his left, finds a receiver, and will pick up about 3 yards on the play. There is a flag on the field. That was Devin Singletary with a nice catch. Going to be on the Giants there. Illegal shift on Darius Slayton. All right, we got 1st and 15, ball at the 40. 2 receivers on that right side. Russell takes the snap, looking, pressured, and he's going to get it away and get it down to his tight end. That is Bellinger with a nice catch. Second and 9. Handoff. Devin Singletary. And he will pick up about 3 yards just shy of the 30. Looking, Russ throwing it down the field into double coverage, and it's going to be incomplete. trying to force it to Malik Neighbors on third down. All right, we got 4th and 5, ball just shy of the 30-yard line. Russell Wilson in the shotgun. Single receiver to the left. Russ over the middle. Hits his man. Wow. Wan'Dale Robinson with an incredible catch. A freaking phenomenal throw by Russell Wilson. That was a freaking missile. Inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4. Russ trying to find somebody, and he'll throw it out the back of the end zone. 2nd and goal coming up. Dude, that was just a strike down the left seam, hitting Robinson in stride. Defender underneath, like 2 or 3 guys above Wan'Dale, man. That ball had to be freaking perfect. There was no room for error. If it was too high or just too far to the inside, that was going to probably be picked. If it was too low, it was going to be knocked down or picked. There was a flag here. Intentional grounding by Russell Wilson. I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, there was a receiver on that side. Sure, it was an overthrow, but I don't think I've ever seen... Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. 2nd and goal all the way back at the 14-yard line. Russell tries to run this one himself, and he'll pick up 3 to 4 yards. We had intentional grounding earlier. We got 3rd and goal. 3 receivers on that left side. Russell Wilson looking pressured. He's going to just chuck it up in the air, and that'll be incomplete. Intentional grounding earlier, man. Yeah, it wasn't... They called Mahomes on intentional grounding early in the game. But isn't every touchdown intentional grounding? You know, you're touching it down. It's intentional. Come on. 4th and goal. We got 3 receivers on that left side. Russ under pressure, and is just going to throw it out the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. That was a freaking disaster of a play. Giants fans are literally looking at themselves like, that was it? Wow. All right, man. Well, that was intentional, not intentional grounding. Turnover on downs. The Kansas City Chiefs will get the ball back here when we come back. Yeah, I'm not sure what Russ was looking at, man. Like, and don't get me wrong, that play, the last 3 plays for the Giants looked like garbage. Everybody was running to the end zone. There was no, basically no, I like nothing underneath, man. Like you could tell that the Chiefs were giving you the stuff just like 5, 6, 7 yards down the field in the middle of the field. Take that. Send somebody down there. When you see that defense, just adjust to one of your tight ends. I guarantee you, you would have been able to get some yardage, get a little bit closer to the end zone. That makes it difficult on the defense when like things begin to get a little tighter. Yeah, I get it. The offense also doesn't have as much off yardage to be able to create space. But come on, man, you can't just throw 3 passes out the back of the end zone to basically end any chance to make this a game. Like at this point, this is when you just take your chances. Like if it was early in the, like I said, like early in the first, early in the second, sure, yeah, you don't want to throw picks in the end zone. But when you are down 13 points and you got nothing, throw it to someone. Throw it into the end zone. If it's picked off, heck with it. You already threw 2 picks in the game already, but just chucking it in the literally out the back of the end zone, not even like landing anywhere near. It's like you're just not giving anybody a chance at the ball. I don't know. That's my opinion, man. Like I've always been like, I get it. Nobody wants to throw picks. It looks bad on your career, your numbers. But I'm like, dude, if it's the end of the game, just chuck it up there. It's gonna be a run up the middle here, and it'll be a gain of 5 down to the 16. Kareem Hunt, nice little carry. And the Giants stop the clock at 2:24. They will use their second timeout here. Hot dang, man. If you guys are still here, I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know it's late. Probably if you're especially on the East Coast, man, you're probably getting closer to midnight, man. But I do appreciate you, man. I thank you, thank you. Um, but yeah, man, it was a big Sunday, man. A big Sunday on the channel, man. I think our biggest Sunday officially on the channel. So thank you for that. I appreciate you. It's going to be a run up the middle. This one goes nowhere. Maybe gained a yard for Kareem Hunt. And we're probably going to see the Giants use their final timeout here to stop the clock before the 2-minute warning. All right, so the Giants have the Chargers, the Saints, the Eagles, the Broncos, Eagles again, and the 49ers. I only see, if they play like this, I only see maybe 2 wins. Maybe they can surprise the Broncos. The Saints and the 49ers are the only kind of winnable games I can see. And by the time they get to the 49ers, Purdy might be healthy. Jawan Jennings might be fully healthy. You know, they might have a good chunk of those players back. And they might be getting into a rhythm by that time, too. So, who knows? Giants' upcoming schedule is against a bunch of 3-0 teams, so that's unfortunate for Dahlia. Throw in shade, man. 3rd and 4. Ball at the 16-yard line. Mahomes rolling out, throwing it deep down the field, and he is nearly picked off. If they could catch, they'd be playing receiver, man. That was a Paulson Oladipo, unable to haul what was basically a gimme interception on that one. Literally just went right through his hands, man. Oladipo looked like me trying to catch the ball out there. At least you can say it hit your hands. All right, man. Kansas City is going to punt this one away. We got 2:14 left in the game. Oh, nearly blocked. Called at the 31, across the 35, and taken down at the 39. And that was, I believe, Gunnar Olszewski. Oh my god, I gotta butcher that name. Olszewski. Olszewski? I think that's Olszewski. There you go. 1st and 10. And it's going to be a penalty here. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Giants. So I'm moving them back a little bit here. Russell, quick throw underneath. Gets it out to Malik Neighbors across the 40 down near the 44. I don't know, man. I think now would be a good time to see Jackson Dart. See what the kid can do. Pressure's off. You're not going to win the game here, but be some valuable reps, some live reps as well. Holy cow, man. We got 9 people watching here this late. I appreciate you. Thank you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 before October. Russell Wilson looking. Cuts it back here and tries to get it to his rookie who takes a shot, man. And that was Williams there with the hit. So a rookie on a rookie. So we got 3rd and 6. Single receiver to the left. Russell in the shotgun with Skedaboo to his left. And the ball is overthrown, hits the ground, nearly intercepted. Russell Wilson not on the same page as his receivers. And that was Watson nearly getting his 2nd interception of Russell Wilson in the game. Fourth and 6. Russ in the shotgun. Single receiver to the left. Looking. Pressured. Oh, wow. He ducked out of a sack. Started to run, but still is brought down for that sack. And then it's going to be turnover on downs. Man, Dable has like a giant, and I mean giant, red pimple, just where his like neck and scalp meet. Whew. Better be careful, man. If he accidentally scratches that one in frustration, oh, it's gonna hurt. I don't know if that red spot is where he keeps all his frustration. I don't know, but it's going to be a win for Kansas City, man. They're going to take a couple kneel downs, and that's going to be the end of it. Kansas City, I'm just going to change the records now. They will move on to 1-2. And unfortunately for Giants fans, they're going to drop to 0-3 on the year, man. After having an explosive offensive performance last week, in a tough overtime loss to the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants offense unable to get much of anything. They scored a touchdown to tie it at 6, but all they could muster the rest of the way is a field goal. Russell Wilson with a pair of interceptions, a couple mistakes offensively, some penalties there, some big penalties on the defensive side that helped Kansas City get a few points, especially just before the half. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, the result is not surprising. It's a well coached Kansas City team. You knew that they were going to be bouncing back at some point, whether it was this week or next week. They were going to start winning some games, and offensively, Kansas City looks about as good as they have looked for a while. I think the last time we saw them this good was probably during the AFC Championship game. They did not look great offensively in the Super Bowl. And in the first 2 weeks, they were kind of here and there. This one, even though it's only 22 points, they looked good in parts, man. They were able to run the ball. The passing game was explosive at times, and they avoided really major mistakes. There's a few penalties here and there on the offensive line, but when you're Kansas City, you'll accept that. That's kind of how it's been with this offensive line for the last couple of years. It is what it is. They're not a perfect offensive line, but they do just enough to be able to open up some running lanes and give Patrick Mahomes opportunities to get out of the pocket when it collapses. So, great offensive performance by Kansas City. Defensively, they looked about as good as they've had the last 2 weeks. I think they're back at almost at their full potential. I think the secondary can still give up a few plays here and there. I think they're still figuring that out. But Steve Spagnuolo is a heck of a defensive coordinator. I don't think he's ever had a defense that has rarely been at the bottom of the league, at least for more than a season. You look at what he did with the Giants when they won the Super Bowl and they knocked off Tom Brady and the undefeated Patriots, and that defense was dang good. And then you saw what he's been able to do with Kansas City for the past 10-ish years with them. Yeah, they're a damn good, well-coached team. They have great players at certain spots. They may not be as deep as they used to be in years past because some of the bigger contracts are taking up a lot of the cap, but they're still a threat. They're still a contender. They are probably the third to fourth best team in the AFC at this point. I think even if they would have gone to 0-3, I think no team was going to just be like, oh, yeah, it's Kansas City. We're going to be able to win. They're too good for them, man. So, yeah, for the Giants, I think this is a season where your main focus is how is Jackson Dart going to progress. Eventually, he's going to get on the field. I think we're seeing that Russell Wilson is not the guy. I don't think he was ever going to be the long-term answer regardless, but he is not the guy that's going to get you wins in this league anymore unless you have an incredibly stacked team all around him, like a good running game, a really good defense. Yeah, man. And even then, unfortunately, as we saw today, 22 points is not a whole lot to be given up by your defense. The running game was actually okay for the Giants. Skedaboo was actually pretty darn effective. The biggest issue was the passing game, and that falls on the coaching staff, and that falls on Russell Wilson. There was times in this game where Russ was chucking the ball into triple or double coverage. It just didn't make any sense, especially early on. And then towards the end, man, he just was when it was okay to just say, hey, take a chance, throw the ball into the end zone. Let's see what we got. We're down by double digits. We're losing. It's less than 3 minutes left. Take a chance. Instead of doing that, he just kept on throwing the ball well out of bounds. So, I don't know. I think we're going to see Jackson Dart sooner rather than later. We saw him already a couple times in this game. They really didn't let him throw the ball really at all. He either ran the ball or handed it off. That was basically what he did. But eventually, I think they're either going to have to turn to Jameis Winston for something if they don't feel Dart is ready, or they're just going to have to say, hey, man, we got to get this kid out there. We'll try to tailor the offense around him to make sure he's comfortable. We're not just putting him in bad situations to destroy his confidence and comfortability. But Russell Wilson is just not going to do it, man. He's just not going to do it. Not with this team. Do you want to rush Dart in before he's ready? I prefer that they don't. To be honest with you, I really really don't. I just don't think that fans or the Giants are going to be patient enough want to keep him on the bench. If I was the Giants, if next week doesn't bounce back, if there's not a bounce back and I see progression in Russell Wilson and his chemistry with his receivers, I say give it to Jameis Winston. Jameis, you know what you're going to get with him. It's going to be either boom or bust. With Russell Wilson, there's going to be a boom once or twice in like a month or two span, if that. But for the most part, it's going to be just head scratching plays. It looks like he is not on. He did this with the Steelers like in the second half. It just doesn't seem like he's on the same page at all with his receivers. At all. Like there's just no chemistry with Russell Wilson and his receivers. And like that's not the excuse of like, oh, this is first year with the Giants. We've seen what quarterbacks can do in their first year. I'm not going to hold them to the Tom Brady standard of winning a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay his first year, but we've seen what quarterbacks can do around the league with new teams starting for the first time. Like it looks better than this. And if that's not the issue, if the chemistry is not the issue, then it's the play calling. Then these players do not know what the plays are. They don't know what the adjustments are. And that's on the coaching staff. That's on Dable. That's on the offensive coordinator. That's on the defensive coordinator as well. Like they have to be better. And it's one thing if you can't put up 20 points, but you can only score a single touchdown. Like you had opportunities in this game. But whether it was a dumb throw, a bad penalty that just should be coached out of you, I don't know, man. I'm maybe being too harsh on the Giants. The expectations on them this season was not high. They were probably expected to be a bottom 5 to a bottom 10 team anyway. But man, dude, as a person that likes to watch good football, there are certain things where I'm like, okay, they just had a bad game. It was like the Packers today. You can tell that team is well coached, but they played like garbage today. 14 penalties, bad plays. That's bad football. The Packers played bad football today. They didn't run into a team that played slightly better than them. They just played worse. And that's what the Giants are doing. They're an average to below average team that is playing bad. And that makes them worse than just a below average team. But I don't know. I wouldn't rush Dart in. I think that we can clearly tell that this kid is not ready. He's very skittish in the pocket. Obviously, in the NFL, first time you're gonna have some happy feet for sure. I don't think the kid's ready. Get him well coached. Put you're just gonna have to suffer through a tough season, at least through the first half. We saw this when the Giants transitioned to Eli Manning after a while. Kurt Warner was there for the first, I think 6 to 7 games, or maybe the first half, a long time ago. And at one point, Warner was like, hey, I'm not working. Put the kid in and just let him go. And there's going to be rough times, man. Eli Manning did not look good his rookie year. He looked rough. But I don't know. I don't think Dart is ready, but I think after about a month, I think you have to see what you have in the kid. So, I don't know. If I was the Giants fan, I want a long-term solution, not quick fix that don't last. I agree. Ideally, you don't want Jameis Winston or Russell Wilson playing the entire season. You want Jackson Dart at some point coming in. I just don't think it's next week for me. If I'm the coaching staff, I think you have to wait, especially through this stretch, man. You don't want to put him in a game against the Philadelphia Eagles as his first NFL start, because that's not going to end well. That's going to destroy his confidence, and yeah, you got to give him time to adjust. You got to give him more snaps as the season goes along, and eventually you just got to say, hey, we got to go with the kid. So that's what I think. Um, you know, at the end of the day, the kid is either going to be good. He might have a rough season this season if he does play. I think the expectation shouldn't be about winning. It should be about are we seeing things? Can he make the throws? Can he adjust to pressure? Can he lead this team, be a leader? It doesn't have to be the number one guy. It doesn't have to be the badass or whatever in the huddle. But can he show qualities of a starting quarterback in the NFL? And when it's going bad, can he still be consistent? Does he try not to force passes when they're not there? Does he start running from pressure when it's not there? Like, those are the things that you want to look at a young quarterback. And if he can minimize those things, regardless of whether you win a game at all this season, if that kid can do that and still have flashes of a good quarterback at the end of the season, I think that is going to be a lot better than winning 7 or 8 games, in my opinion. Plus, on top of that, who knows if Dable is going to be the head coach after this season? Like, he was already close to being fired, I'm pretty sure, after last season. If I was the Giants, I would have cut Dable. I would have gone with a new coaching staff. No, new quarterback, new coaching staff, things like that. But they decided to give Dable one more chance, and yeah, so far it's 0-3. And now you have to worry about, well, do we fire Dable now? And now Jackson Dart has to adjust to a new offense, a new coaching staff, a new philosophy. How is that going to be with his progression in the NFL? We saw that with what happened with Caleb Williams. We saw that with Alex Smith. Alex Smith went through, 6 offensive coordinators and about 3 or 4 different head coaches or 3 coaches in a span of 5 or 6 years. That much volatility to a young quarterback it's not going to be conducive to progression, to getting this kid to play football at a high level. So, I don't know. That's what I'm seeing with the Giants. But yeah. Hopefully we get to see the kid at some point this season because it's going to be interesting. I always like to see what these young quarterbacks can do. It's not going to be perfect, but I don't know. Teams aren't giving new quarterbacks 2 years to develop. If you don't show out like Jaden Daniels in your first year, they're moving on, or in some cases, the team doesn't know how to develop, allegedly. I agree mostly with what you said. There are still teams that are willing to be patient. Like the Packers, obviously they are probably an exception to the rule. They drafted a guy in the top 20, and they waited not 2 or 3 years. They waited a full 3 seasons before they moved on from Aaron Rodgers. Granted, the Packers had Aaron Rodgers. It makes it a lot easier when you're winning games to wait for 3 years. You saw the Atlanta Falcons. They didn't start Michael Penix until I think the last month of last season, which is a decent time. And I think if Kirk Cousins wasn't one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL last season, if he was more middle of the road, maybe closer to the top half, I think they would have been okay with Penix waiting an entire season to challenge for the starting job. But the fact that Kirk Cousins was just so bad and it wasn't getting any better, I feel like they almost were forced to put in Michael Penix, and he played okay. Obviously, you're seeing some growing pains over there in Atlanta as well. They just got shut out today. But then you saw week 1 where Penix was like a borderline player of the week with the way he was able to almost will his team to the win. Trying to think here. Some other teams that are probably a little bit more patient. It's not many, I'll tell you that much. I can tell you that much. Carolina, they thrusted him into the starting lineup pretty quickly, but they were willing to bench him for I think it was 6 games or a month last season to kind of readjust, and it seemed to work out towards the end of last season, and then the start of this season was not great, but then they just got a big victory over the Atlanta Falcons. So I think the patience is only so long. If you're being successful without him, you can be very patient. But I think it's mostly that the team, when it's not winning, you have to find solutions. Otherwise, you're going to have players start giving up. You're going to start having your fan base get very disgruntled. And you just know that eventually it's going to result in people getting fired. And that's what people do. Like when coaches and GMs know that they're going to get fired, they're saying, hey, let's use all the tools at our disposal. Let's give it to the young guy and see what happens because it has not worked without him. So, I don't know. Yeah, there's a few teams that are willing to be patient. Um, this is definitely not like what it was back in the 90s or the early 2000s. You know, teams are not going to wait a year for their early round pick to get going. But you've seen players become successful quarterbacks even when they're thrust into the lineup early. You know, Mahomes didn't really play his first full year. I think he got a start at the end of the season. He looked good in that one, and then by the second year, he was the number one guy, unquestioned. Let me see here. Who else? Yeah, you got Jaden Daniels. Obviously, he's been very successful from the beginning of his career. Like, it's possible to throw in a young guy and have him be successful, but I think you have to have a good coaching staff and some weapons around him. Like, the Commanders, it wasn't just Jaden Daniels changing the culture. That whole team, that whole coaching staff was bringing something new to that franchise, and I think it was a dramatic change for them. And I think that's what was the biggest change in Washington. I think Daniels just elevated that because he was a dang good quarterback. Um, Andrew Luck obviously came in early, was had success. Granted, that was 10 years ago. RG3 was pretty successful in his rookie season. Who knows what he could have been if it wasn't for those injuries early in his career. But yeah, man, it's possible. It's definitely possible. I just don't know what Jackson Dart looks like, to be honest with you. I don't know where he is in his development. So I don't know. It'll be interesting what the Giants do this season because I don't think they're going to be competing for the playoff spot in the NFC. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Dart. Let me know what you think of this game, Kansas City or the Giants. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna try to look around here for a little bit, try to get people get a chance to type up in the chat, man. All right. Final stat line: Mahomes 22 of 37, 224, one touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco 10 for 45, Kareem Hunt 10 for 34 and a touchdown. Taquan Thornton 5 for 71 and a touchdown. George Karlaftis picking up a sack. Chris Jones picking up a sack as well. Russell 18 of 32, a buck 60, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Cameron Skidaboo 10 for 6 and a touchdown. Tyrone Tracy left early with a pretty significant shoulder injury, so 7 to 29. Cameron Skidaboo was the leading rusher and the leading receiver. Caught 6 passes for 61 yards. So 121 yards for the young rookie and a touchdown. So I think you put Dart in at times. He can perform with little pressure of winning and then use the experience to identify weaknesses to work on. Absolutely. I agree. 100%. I think it's a good measuring stick. I like what they were doing in this game. I wish they would give him a chance to throw. I know they weren't probably looking for him to, throw the ball down the field. I think they were just trying to give the kid some snaps. But I think as the season goes on, you want to give this kid a chance to see what he can do with his arm. You know. Wandale Robinson just one catch for 26 yards though. It's a nice catch. Let's see here. Kansas City 8 penalties, New York 7. Time of possession just slightly in favor of Kansas City. So, yeah, not a super dominant. Like Kansas City just was more effective with the ball when they had it, especially in the second half. They were really good in the second half. Yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens with Tracy, man. Hopefully he's healthy for next week. Otherwise, again, Cam Skedaboo, he was good, man. They're going to probably have to elevate somebody from the practice squad. They got Dante Miller as their only running back in the practice squad. So they're probably going to have to elevate him or sign somebody to kind of give this backfield a little bit more juice because Devin Singletary did not have an effective was not very effective as the backup for the Giants. He finished 4 carries for 11 yards. Yeah, that's not going to do it when Skedaboo is not on the field. Holy cow. But yeah, man. Woo. A wild Sunday, man. We did the Packers and Browns. That game was looking great until the end when the Packers shat the bed, losing 13-10. Obviously, Chicago, I was hoping for a loss for them. Did not happen. No, they just had their best game under Ben Johnson and under uh, freaking Caleb Williams' tenure there as well. Most effective game. They won 31-14 over the Cowboys. And tonight, at least the Giants, I guess, lost. That helps out the Packers in the NFC. But yeah, man, it was a one-sided second half. The Giants, it was 9-6 at the half, and then yeah, just not a whole lot. Kansas City looked really good, really good. Offensively, they looked good. Defensively, they looked good all game. But yeah, all right, man. All right, guys. I think that's gonna be it for me tonight, man. A big Sunday for the channel, man. I can't wait till these videos process so we can kind of get so I can see the final numbers of what we did. But thank you to everybody that popped in, man. David, you were here for the entire day, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hopefully the puppers are doing well. We had Dahlia in here. We had Seastrom in here as well. We had some other people come in, some new people. So James was in here. Dakota, Tony Brown was in here for a little bit, man. So I appreciate the new people as well, man. Thank you so much for watching. We had a bunch of people watching throughout this game, especially. I think at one point we had like 16 viewers all at one point. So yeah, a big stream for the channel, man. I appreciate everybody that popped in, even for a little bit. Thank you so much. And we're going to keep it rolling, man. Tomorrow we got a big game. I think this was the game outside of the Packer game that I was most excited for. It's going to be Baltimore, Detroit. Should be a good game. Should be two teams, not just offenses, two teams that are going to be able to put up some big numbers offensively, but also create some havoc on the defensive side. So make sure you tune in for that one on Monday night. It's going to be a good one. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good matchup. But yeah. All right, man. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening or get some rest. Hopefully Monday is a smooth one for you guys. And we're going to keep it rolling tomorrow, man. Our 5th game coming up tomorrow for the week. All right. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you.